I can't fix it. This is just how it is. Virtual cam now.
I'm saying, but this is not the way we did before. I'm just asking why you changed it.
I didn't change it. OBS changed it.
Huh? Everyone just looks at you, Mike, like you're lying because we definitely did it differently before.
This is how we do it.
Yeah, I feel like I've always been able to see what the stream sees. Now it's like we're like playing behind the behind the scenes and stuff. Except so it's weird.
Yeah, we have no idea what's happening.
Because my plugin just doesn't work anymore. So I'm just using the OBS virtual cam. And the OBS virtual cam, I can only show you guys one scene at a time.
Well, anyways, there's a new Sanwa stick coming out. It's called the JLX.
They said Ricky's hella quiet.
Ricky's hella quiet?
Well,
we'll fix the audio before we start. Yeah, Ricky sounds good to me.
I'll turn him on.
Look! I can't even tell what's going on now. Covering my face, but no one can see it though.
Yeah, thank goodness.
This sounds like a disaster.
Don't worry, nobody can see all that.
I'm not stressing. I believe in you, man. You got this. All right, Ricky, speak up. New Sanwa lever.
Yeah, they haven't said anything else about it other than it's new.
Is it sick?
It looks like a Sanwa lever. It looks like an old one,
just
to
a
be
classic
honest.
ball top?
Yeah. Of course, they're not gonna do anything different. They get why fuck around? You got to keep keep it the normal way.
Is it still like micro switches or is it like laser sensors or something? Have they said anything about that?
Optical, you mean?
Yeah.
I wouldn't see why would they, because they have an optical version already, right? Or is that's different company?
I don't know.
Well, they don't have an optical one. They have silent switches. They've always used switches. I think the Hayabusa is the one that has the silent optical ones.
Poof! Are we poofing, Mike?
We are gonna poof soon.
Oh gosh!
Gross, dude! Don't ever tell me when we're gonna poof, dude.
You're mixing me up right now. So hard.
Oh, don't worry about it. We're poofing. We're poofing. I just gotta get the audios.
Hold on, brother. I'm poofing. What?
And
God damn it!
Poofed. What up, guys? BOOMcast. I don't even know what number we're on. A lot of Tekken stuff happened. A lot of crazy stuff happened. It feels like it's been forever. But yeah, a lot of Tekken 8 news. We had, what do we have? We had TWT Finals with a crazy ass LCQ. And I guess that's where we can start it off, I guess, for today. LCQ.
You don't want to introduce us? We're just going to start talking?
Yeah. This guy, man. Good God.
Hey, you're making up nervous, guys. Relax.
Oh, I forget, man.
Let's go into the meat of the episode without even doing the intro.
Hey, forget about these other guys. Let's get into it.
Dude, it's freaking, I'm tired, man. I just been like in content mode. But yo, what up, guys? It's MYK BOOMcast forever ago.
Now we just rewound straight to the beginning of the video.
I'm dying, bro. I'm dying. What are you doing?
Let's rewind even further.
We got Rick
I'm
in the building.
hijacking, bro.
We have Rick in the building, and we have Suiken in the building. What's up?
Am I in the building? Really?
You're here. You weren't here for a minute.
We could rewind to the intro frame. You know, just the beginning. Get us all out of here.
That's what I can show you guys.
Hey, yeah, that'd be lovely. I would like to not know what's going on the stream.
Oh, God damn it.
Rough start. We're bringing it in.
Do you want to do it over, Mike? Do you want to just start all fresh and we'll just cut it out, like pretend like it didn't even happen?
No,
man. This is how it has to go.
Fuck it. We'll do it live.
This is how it goes.
Yeah, man. We flub the ball sometimes, but we got it. All right, we got it. But yo, LCQ happened this weekend. TWT Finals happened again. It was in Amsterdam. EU supremacy. I don't know how they keep getting it in their backyard. You know, it was supposed to be in St. Louis, just saying, but they took it again.
New Orleans, bro. What the fuck, St. Louis?
My bad.
Can we just delete this? Come on, we can't. We gotta start over clean, right?
No.
What is wrong with this guy? Can we get
New Orleans? We got robbed.
You just got Just let him go. Let him go.
Go ahead, Mike. Continue.
It makes it worse when you call it out. You stop me. You know.
You want me to just leave it in St. Louis?
He's just correcting it. The right answer.
You're right. But TWT LCQ. What do you guys think?
Go ahead, Ricky. I have some stuff to say, but that's my.
Still, can you start? Yeah,
I'm gonna save it.
Save it for what?
Well,
He said, "What do you
Save
think?"
it for after you guys. All right, I'll just go first. First of all, that was the longest LCQ of my life, and I restreamed this LCQ in the beginning with MYK on the side, right? And I told my chat that this is not gonna be good. from the beginning, just by the tired faces, the frustration alone, before the tournament started, I knew this was gonna be a rough one, right? For the participants, especially for the participant. I mean, me personally, I fell asleep after 4 hours. I told Mike, take my people, I'm out of here. You know, like Mike was like, nah, man, come back, take a nap, come back. I was like, bro, it's gonna be here when I wake up, trust me. And sure enough, a few hours later, I woke up and it was still going, and people were still just losing their shit, you know. So
it was long.
Definitely.
It was long.
I mean, like, without getting to like the overall length of everything at the finals, just specifically focusing on the LCQ right now. I remember I woke up like maybe an hour late, and I was like, "Oh damn, they haven't really gotten a lot of matches rolling anyway." So I was still pretty much at the beginning, So I got to watch some shadow matches and cuddle core matches, etc. It's funny because like I got to fly there with Shadow and Junia and Joey, and it was really funny because I've never heard Shadow like talk trash before, right? So we're like at the airport in I think Philadelphia, waiting to fly to Amsterdam. And I'm like, yo, how many spots are there now? Like, how many visas didn't get accepted, whatever? Like, how many spots the LCQ going to be, right? I think it was 4, right?
4
and 4.
Minute,
yeah. And then Shadow was like, nah, it's 3. I'm like, what? I'm like, how did it happen to 3? He's like, yeah, because one of them's for me. I was like, damn! Like,
damn!
I've never heard him say anything so confident before. I was like,
you know what I always say? It's that when he started growing that mustache and beard, he was a different man after that.
Nah, he's been like that for a while. Y'all just never asked him what he thought about his chances against you.
Yeah,
he was very upfront with me one time because I was like, I had to play Majin and the winner that played him, and he just walked up to me. He's like, "Hey, can you beat Majin? Because I can't beat him." And I was thinking like, "Hey, wait, what about me then? What does that say about me?" Because definitely he made it very clear that he was much more afraid of Majin than me at that point. Which, to be fair, he should have been because Majin beat both of our asses.
Damn.
So I guess he's a realist too at that point.
Yeah,
I mean, he knew his strengths, right? He knew what he was walking into, and
he played well though. I mean, the LCQ was crazy just because the players that were in it. It sucks that a lot of the players didn't get to show up though, like Book, all the DQs and stuff like that. That whole situation also sucks too. Like I wish they could have gotten that sorted out with the whole signing up process. But aside from that, it's like the matches themselves were pretty good. They ran through the LCQ, I thought, pretty quickly because they had so many setups and they just kept going match after match after match, which is nice. But at the same time, it is like sensory overload at some point. You're just like, you're watching, you're in the middle of a match between two good players and then they just immediately swap and you don't even know if you're winners, losers, who the hell this is, and if it's important or not. It's that's the nice part though.
The one thing I always say is that it's over 20 people, right, for the LCQ alone, right? The players that showed up we got buys and all that stuff. Some people didn't show up, but we're still talking like so many players, and they had that overhead cam, and I was kind of like shocked, like you could see all these people, right, and like all the setups and everything. But I was thinking to myself, like, man, this looks long, like, just like the people standing around. And I thought I saw a Law cosplayer that was wearing a jumpsuit, Rip.
There was a guy wearing some kind of like jacket or something for the Law jumpsuit.
No, it was like a full onesie jumpsuit, like.
I don't know about all that.
Yeah, it was a hell of a onesie. He got the thing, and I was like thinking, this one's gonna shake this fool's hat if he sees.
I never saw him.
I don't remember seeing that either.
I think I would trust the guy that was actually at the event,
right?
to know if that guy was there.
There was a lot of people. Honestly,
a lot of people.
There was a lot of people and a lot of minimal downtime, I think. So I barely saw Fergus even. Like, I think I saw him in passing. I don't think I actually saw Kaiser the entire weekend, which is like crazy because he's got like bright white hair and everything, you know? So I thought that I would have seen him. And then a bunch of other people I just like saw like as I was like running to and from commentary or something, so I didn't get to say hi to them or anything. It was very busy, and you know, it looked kind of empty if you were looking at it from the stream, right? Because the first 2 rows of the auditorium were not supposed to be there. It was one of those situations where it was supposed to be, the chairs were supposed to have been removed, and it was just supposed to be area for like photographers to walk around and take pictures from, but they didn't remove them. So the chairs were there, so it looked emptier because they still had to keep that space for the photographers to come in and take their photos. So it made it look way worse because it was close to stage, but the rest of it was actually pretty filled up most of the time. Obviously, when you have like 15-hour days, it's not going to be packed the entire way through all the time. So that was expected. But, you know, you guys just reminded me, they actually flubbed the brackets too. Because I don't know if you guys heard, but they had
the last minute switch
redo them.
Yeah.
So it was crazy because the players I'd met prior to the tournament, they all like, yeah, this is my path, this is my group, these are who have to play, blah, blah, blah. It's crazy. And then, you know, I wake up an hour later and I realized the brackets were flubbed and they couldn't perfectly recreate them and everything. I was like, oh man, disaster, dude. Yeah. So I'm sure that, you know, everyone wasn't super pleased with how that all went down. But at the end of the day, there's a tournament and you got to do the best you can do, you know? So what are you going to do? You got to get top 4.
Yeah, that sounds rough, especially for like people that traveled there, you know, they studied their pool because, you know, it was posted ahead of time. And it's just like, you get there and it's like, well, brackets are different. I don't know what to tell you, man. We can't get it back exactly how it was.
Yeah. That whole shuffle right before it started too,
right?
Like for some of the players, and then after that, like Rip was saying, some people were like moved forward even though they lost. You know, like it was all one of those type of things.
It was ugly, yeah. Because I heard that there were like 2 people who, like, once they had to redo the brackets, 2 people weren't even in the brackets after having played matches already. Damn. And so they were like, where are we? You know, in this bracket, because we've already played matches from the bracket before it got reset. So not the cleanest run of a bracket, but you know, things happen, man. What are you gonna do?
That's rough. Yeah, that's rough.
Keep on complaining.
Basically.
Yeah, hope that they run the bracket better next time.
Yeah, I mean, there's not a whole lot you can do when you're there, and that's what happens, right?
Yeah, as soon as you get screwed over like that, then you got to do what you can.
Yeah.
And as a player too, like I think like players like Fear went there hoping that they could get in last second because you know, if players, you know, didn't show up for their entry, you know, maybe you could, you know, take their spot instead. But no, I heard those were all denied as well. So
yeah,
a little unfortunate there, especially with like, you know, a lot of DQ no shows happening, you know. That could have been actual spots. That could have been But then the crazy thing is like the tournament itself, for viewers at home, they had 8 stream stations, right? And then they were doing all 8 simultaneous stations at the same time. And it kind of felt like watching a Green Arcade stream back in the day where they just flip back and forth from any station. Bang, 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 boom, right? And it's just like, oh, there's a crazy match going on over there. Flip it to that station. You know, the crazy set going on over there. Flip it over there. I think Markman even one time asked Productions, like, can we see that match instead? And they were like, boom, flipped it right away. So
really? That's awesome.
Yeah. So for me at home as a viewer, it was just like nonstop Tekken action, you know, but it was,
that's wild.
It was long, man. Like it started for, you know, our time at 12:30 a.m. And then I think LCQ wasn't over until about like 8 or 9-ish. I think. Yeah.
So like it took like 8 or 9 hours, you're saying, right?
Yeah.
Damn. That was pretty wild. Yeah. I mean, just random ass production issues, right? Let me tell you something else that happened. So I think I had forgotten that I was supposed to be on commentary during the drawing of the group stages. So like we didn't really rehearse it or anything. So I didn't know I was supposed to be there. So I started getting these messages on Discord like, yo, where are you? You need to be on like in like 5 minutes. I'm like, 5 minutes? I got like another hour. That's what my schedule says, you know? So I thought I had like a whole other hour and I'm at the hotel. It's like a 10-minute walk. So I'm like, I'll be there in 10 minutes then, right? So I walk on over there. I get there with like 3 minutes late maybe. And I see like Spag is filled in for me. It's Spag and Markman. They're just talking to each other the whole time while the group stage drawing is happening. And I'm like, that's really weird because I walked here listening to the stream and I didn't hear Spag or Markman, you know? So they talked throughout the entire group draw process, and I realized none of it went to the stream. So they were just like talking as if it was going on the whole time. I was like, well, that's kind of rough.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, problems, bro.
Yeah.
There was definitely some issues. Yeah, that definitely sounds like there was some issues. I mean, we also saw Joey Fury with like a tweet longer saying like they also players didn't feel like they were adequately accompanying forward because he was getting like conflicting reports on like what time to show up in an hour. But then it's like you technically didn't have to show up for like 2-3 hours, and he was like, bro, I could have just rested. Like
it was a big deal. Like I know that the Korean players, they were also very upset because they were like in a group, and same kind of thing. Like, hey, you guys can come back at this time. Like, hey, we're ahead of schedule. You guys actually need to be back at this time. Like, well, you guys told us we could rest, etc. So there was like that kind of thing going on. There's just a lot of stuff. I mean, sometimes things get ahead of a schedule, but overall, it just felt like you wanted to be tighter, especially when the days were so long. Because it was brutal. Just the sheer length of it. I was telling people there's nothing you could possibly do for 15 hours, 2 days back to back that you will enjoy. You can't go to Disneyland 15 hours a day for 2 days in a row and be like, that was great. You're going to be exhausted, right? You just can't do it. So I don't know what you could do for 30 hours straight across 2 days. There's nothing. So it's a brutal schedule. Yeah, dude.
Sleep is the only thing people would like.
Sleep for 30 hours across 2 days, man. I slept a lot. Like sometimes I'll go like 18 hours sleep. I'm like, I feel good, but then there's no way I'm doing it again the next day. It's brutal.
Then you just don't have that dog in you.
Maybe.
You just gotta learn how to sleep more.
You don't got that dog in you, man.
You gotta figure it out, man. You just gotta learn how to play with no food in your stomach. You gotta figure out how to play when your calories are 0.
Yeah,
it wasn't even just it was pretty much every player complaining too. I saw even the Japanese players saying it like they had no time to eat and all this. So that's the kind of thing. Even as a viewer, when the viewer themselves are exhausted watching, that's when like, the schedule probably could have been worked on a little bit better. I don't know. I mean, I honestly don't know what they could have done because the format of the finals, which I'm sure we'll get into later, is required more time because you added 4 extra players, which basically added 20 extra matches just from their 4 players' presence, so that's a huge, more, that's so many more like hours of gameplay that you have to stream because it's the finals too.
I felt like they were understaffed and they were coordinating. I mean, obviously it was understaffed and you could tell that somebody was in charge of something they didn't know what to do. Right. And like, for example, like someone was running brackets. They were also running like check-ins for other players and things like that. You know what I mean? Like when someone has a multiple of like tasks to do, they're not going to get all of it done. And to save face, I almost felt like they didn't want to ask for help, and they just kept piling and piling. You know what I mean? Like the error.
I don't even know if that's what it was. Like I just feel like there was just too much damn stuff, dude. There was just too much going on. Like you could have maybe cut the LCQ down a little bit, but I felt like they were running it as fast as they could have.
Yeah, they could have cut top 4. Like I don't even know why they even bothered running.
So the reason they played it out was because there was the drawing order for the drawing, right?
Yeah,
and so that was the main reason they played it out. So how much time would you have saved? Like maybe an hour and a half?
Yeah, right? I mean the whole group drawing process itself was also just a major
time sink.
I mean, it's I don't mind it in general when it's like the way they've done it in the past where there's some drama, right? Where you can pick your spots and all this. There's at least some thought process to it and it's interesting. This one was just all right, stick your hand in there. What'd you get? You get the cool one? Cool, get out of here. Oh wait, you come back because you got the too cool one. You can't play against that guy. Here, take this one.
Exactly.
The funny thing was that they kept like they after like say like K-Wiz picked up a card and it's like, oh, I can't go to that pool. They would take the other cards that are on the table and shuffle them around as if K-Wiz knew what those were. Why would you shuffle them again? They were already blind to begin with. What are you doing? But even Steve was there. Was like, oh yeah, just give him a good shuffle. I'm just thinking like, oh god, what is? All right, let's just keep it going.
Yeah. That part was rough. There was a lot of things rough, man. Even like that was the whole reason why Sergey Master was in the tournament, right? Because Noel wasn't able to make it.
They only found that out, Noel, while we were doing rehearsal on Friday. So on Friday, it was this is a crazy story actually. So on Friday, we're there, I think like 4 p.m. for rehearsal, and while we're there, they're saying Sergey right now is trying to find out about his visa. We've already bought a plane ticket that leaves in like an hour and a half if he gets the visa approved. You know what I mean? And then they were just like waiting during our rehearsal, like, he's not going to make it, right? But then we're like, but check this out, Sergey's already here, and he was the runner-up, so he's in. Like, boom, done. You know, like it was a crazy situation. So visa shit like is a problem.
There because he already knew, or
he was there for the LCQ. So Sergey came for the LCQ, and he just happened to be there, and he was the runner-up the same way that Anakin was the runner-up to Speed Kicks. You know what I mean? Same situation exactly, basically.
That's pretty crazy. Yeah,
they got pretty lucky with that. Otherwise, it would have been 5-player into the LCQ, and we would have had to have a 5th place playoff for it.
Ooh.
That would have been sweet. Our luck, they would have drew their names in a hat. It's a good luck. Just like, wow.
Yeah,
I mean, they could have done it. They could have just done it like how good old North America did it, man. Just run 4 LCQ single elimination, get them rolling from the beginning to the end.
Let's do it. I'm down for that, to be honest.
Damn,
it seems like everyone else does it.
That would have been faster.
4 chances, yeah. I think it would have been way cooler. Honestly.
I mean, think about it. Would you rather play in one LCQ or 4 single elimination tournaments for a chance to get a spot? Yeah, hell yeah. Give me 4 single elimination shots.
Yeah, true.
I would.
Especially those players.
Hell yeah.
It's so good.
Compared to a regular double, you get way more lives.
Yeah. No, it was cool. I think the LCQ was still cool. The players that made it through were pretty dope to watch.
For sure.
Chikarin, Chanel, John Ding. Who's the 4th?
Jod.
They were all so sick. They were also sick. And Jod is a Hitbox Nina player, but for some reason, he makes me want to pick up a Hitbox way more than Super Akuma ever has.
Because he's using Tekken movement.
Super Akuma right now.
He's the first Hitbox user that's using Tekken specific movement.
Yeah, bro, the Hayashida is cracked, bro.
Yeah.
Like, how the fuck are you supposed to hit her when she's doing that?
But the thing is, I said this when I was watching his matches. Though he doesn't backdash cancel that much because he's because you can't. I don't think you can. I don't know how easy it is to switch between the 2 movements on a hitbox between Hayashida step and a backdash cancel. But I assume it's much more complicated than it is on a stick. Just like just my mind just thinking like because you're doing so many similar motions. It's like nothing feels. I'm sure it all feels similar. That you just end up mashing all the buttons at the same time.
Yeah, like all the LCQ winners were pretty dope, but then like we were saying, like right at the end of it, why did they even show it? Because it's just for like draws on the random cards, which are all kind of like anticlimactic, and that took a big chunk of the tournament as well, or like the stream.
Because you don't really have control over it anyway, so the decision making isn't really that big anyway.
Yeah, and then like there's no suspense to it either, right? They just like get up here, pick a card, all right, here it is, get out. It's like you didn't even know like
nobody.
That's I think what I heard.
Yeah, you have graphics, so you had no idea what was going on. So all you could you only really knew it was suspenseful when Arslan and Nee both picked up the same group back to back. If they hadn't picked up if they were split up half a group, no one would remember who was in what until the end. So that was like the only drama was the fact that we all saw that. But other than that, no one even knew what the pools looked like otherwise.
That's true.
Yeah,
that's a great point.
And then after that, the players that's played from like 8:30 a.m. LCQ all the way through, won, qualified, made it out. There wasn't even that long of a break before the actual group stage started going underway. Where after that, it was the group stage in the finals, 24 players, and it's every group. Each player plays 2 matches for the day, and it's just like that's crazy. That's so much Tekken. And then I don't remember. Like, I'm pretty sure the other years were 3 days, right? Where it was LCQ the first day, and then it was like the group stage in the second day.
I don't think so.
No.
It was always
LCQ one day, the whole thing on the next day.
Yeah, it's always been 2 days. The only reason why this one feels like it, like I said, for those 4 players, it costs 20 extra matches. 20 extra matches is essentially 4 extra hours.
Yeah.
That's like, that's if you're lucky. That's 4 hours. It's more than that. So the format was not prepared for the time.
Yeah, it was definitely pretty rough. I mean, that was just day 1. But then as a viewer, if I stayed up for all of it for both days. Like first
crazy.
Crazy.
That shit was crazy.
Wait, did you really go beginning to end on both days?
I think I missed 30 minutes of day 2 at the beginning, but yeah.
Okay.
beginning.
There you go. At least you missed something. I was like, no one did all of it, bro.
Yeah, no one loves Tekken that much.
I did 3 hours after, analyzing.
That doesn't count. That doesn't count. You got to pick and choose what you got to watch. You didn't get force fed what to watch.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
Very different, dude.
4 hours was my max. I turned it off and I took a nap. Came back, watched another hour. I was like, "What the heck is going on?" let me come back to this. 30 minutes later, I came back. I was like, "Oh my god, they're still going. There's so many Tekken." And then, the brackets, they're a little messed up. We're gonna have to go back.
God.
And I was like, "Oh Lord!" And then you seeing people's face, like just look all tired on the camera. They're like exhausted, just like sitting on the side, dude, sleeping. That law player in their onesie is just knocked out on the side. I'm like, damn.
Bring up that law player, man. Maybe that's the only.
He's on my stream. He's on my stream.
Maybe that's the only set of pajamas he can afford, man.
Yeah,
I'm not
leave him alone.
I'm not even knocking. I thought it was cool. What I was looking to see if I could buy it for Rip or something.
Oh, now you're hooking him. Now you're giving him props.
Excellent.
It's almost Valentine's Day. You guys
let's go.
Hey, I got 3 girls to get gifts from. You need to back off. I'm not buying you anything.
Damn. Fine.
But yeah,
they want your
Be that
onesie.
way.
Right. Yeah.
No more onesie for you.
Dude, that was just day one. Dudes like Chikuden and John Ding, Chanel, Jod, the LCQ qualified players. They played all the way through to the end of that, and then day 2. Right, day 2 we had the final day. Yeah, you guys want to talk some of the matches there? We had like John Ding with a crazy run, Atif, but I kind of like a lot of people ask me like who do I think was gonna win it. I think after day 2, dude, like Owl's running group stages, right? Owl, just taking out Arslan, Ash, and me, but still somehow wasn't
getting fucked over by Mexico.
Divine Exorcist, baby. Don't forget, I woke that guy up.
Dude,
not only that, Gerlanda too.
Tournament for underrated players to make their appearance, and it definitely was one of those times where like who's in losers? He didn't make it. She didn't make it. Like all this stuff. Like people.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I think
upset.
I'll say one thing about that was the nice part about the random draw was the fact that it did kind of give us the pool of death, right, which was Group A, and then you got some other pools, but that's what gave us Gerlanda, making top 4 eventually, right? That's what gave us, Jod eventually kind of making, going far.
Yeah.
And that's what gave us, Chikuden, John Ding making top 3, both from LCQ. It's
crazy.
Like
it's insane, actually.
Yeah, and that Group A was so nuts, right? Because Arslan, Nee, all right, they both missed out. You're like, damn, Al's gonna make it out. None of those 3 made it out.
Nobody could predict it, man.
Dude, and they thought they were the main story that night. Like they were
though. Coming to the weekend, they both were, and I don't know if the pressure got to them or what, right? But everybody in the entire tournament. Like I'll just mention this. It seemed like the sloppiest TWT Finals I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Like in terms of the level of play across the board. Like Atif Bud won, right, with Akuma, but I've never seen him drop so many Akuma combos. It was like getting like ridiculous. I was like, dude, you dropped another one. The coolest thing about Atif Bud by the end of it though, he would like drop the combo and immediately like, I'm dashing in for a 50-50. It was just like he didn't even care anymore. I was like, damn, that's impressive, dude. Honestly, like with that level of meter you're losing and damage you're losing on every one of those drops, and he's just like, I'm gonna keep going. I was tight.
Yeah, he was definitely focused.
Deal, for sure.
Yeah.
Atif was super strong. Like I definitely had him winning the whole thing, and he definitely proved it. But just like day 1 and day 2, like Al being a superstar on day 1, day 2, he doesn't even make it out. Gerlanda with his crazy story, crazy run.
Gerlanda, because man, he did it before, and this time he did even better. And the crazy thing is, if you guys know his story, man, he's come a long way, and he's a gamer dad. So shout outs to the gamer dad out there, man.
No, he's awesome, dude. He's got his wife, kids, 2 full-time jobs.
Yep.
And
that tweet he made,
first EU player in the TWT Finals top 8. So that was like, a big deal to him too. He just played great the whole way through, man. And I feel like somebody tweeted that he wins every first game he plays. So he didn't win some sets, but if you play him first to 1, he's gonna beat your ass basically. Don't challenge that guy first to 1.
Damn, SVO needs to come back. He's gonna win the whole thing. That's the perfect formula.
Yep.
Yeah, but
Master Cup.
Yeah, big shout outs to Gerlanda. He did his thing again, man. LCQ before this time, top 4. Like he made top 4 at the finals. Like that ain't nothing to scoff at, man. He did everybody so proud, and he's doing it with Katarina, and he stuck with her ever since, like, you know, the buffs, nerfs, and everything. And you have Chikuden. He's just like super clean textbook style who gets 3rd, and then you have Junding. I feel like he has so much heart. And then you have first place Atif Butt, who's just playing super out of his mind with like all this confidence in the world, just like forcing the 50-50 upon you. And he's just like not afraid of like what's going to happen. He's just like,
I did like how it ended with the Rev Major run back too. You know, because John Ding and Atif Butt had that crazy match at Rev Major. Yeah. I remember that one too. It was funny because Chanel came and coached. And so this time I was like, damn, is Chanel going to coach John Ding again? You know, like, and then I was up in the crowd and I just saw him. I'm like, he ain't moving nowhere. He's just sitting there. John Ding's going to fall. He's going to let him. I was like, damn.
He was too tired to coach, man. He was like,
he definitely he's exhausted. Was. Everyone was, bro.
At that point, he's like, bro, you got this, man.
Yeah. He's whatever. I don't care anymore. You know, like that's basically what it felt like. No, yeah, that was cool. Dude, like, speaking of schedule, I just remember now, like, my sleep schedule, because of how long things were in the rehearsal and everything, I think I slept 6 hours on Friday night, and then between Friday and Saturday, I slept 4 hours. Ooh. So by the time top 8 came around, I was, like, dying, right? And I had to go do the intro for the top 8 on the stage. And for whatever reason, I think I was 3 Red Bulls in. I was like shaking like crazy, like jittery. And so you can see me in that top 8, my hand holding the microphone. You can just see the microphone shaking back and forth. I was like, holy crap, dude. And I felt the hand shaking, but I knew I couldn't let it make me be nervous. You know what I mean? So I just yelled louder. I just like gripped it tighter.
Damn.
So funny,
what are you doing
it
to
was
that
crazy.
microphone, Rip?
Yeah, you guys get off the damn Red
back.
Bull, bro. You
dude, I would have fallen asleep.
No, dude, the way
looking like Ulsan, you know, in those tournaments.
Yeah, it was pretty wild, man. But I commentated again after that. Yeah. But yeah, it was great. Other than that, just too damn long, man. Too damn long.
Very, very long.
Entertainment factor. Let's talk about that. I mean, we had amazing matches, and on top of it, we had some amazing off-screen stuff that happened too. And I just want to say, Al's foot game where he takes off his shoes and everything to play.
Bro, Shin Akuma with his luggage suitcase.
Jeez Louise, that guy.
Oh my! And then like 20
he was killing
minutes,
me.
20 minutes to set up. I was like, how can they allow
that's
this?
That's why.
I was like, somebody DQ him already. How can they allow this?
He had that intro when the spotlight came down on him, and he picked up his luggage, rolled it, farewell.
That shit was crazy, bro.
Open the luggage, take the stick out, close the luggage, put it where his feet gotta be.
Put his feet on top of the suitcase as a footrest. Oh my god.
Put that in the rule set, man.
Just leave him alone.
1 minute setup time, bro.
Right? Get rid of the Astros, plug in his headset. Like, where did you just unplug? How come you don't know where you
And then the next guy comes up like, where's my headphones? It's not working because it's all unplugged from Shin Akuma. I'm like, oh my god, dude.
Oh my god! I couldn't believe production was like, should we look this rock? Like, you're not gonna help this guy? Like, hurry this dude up, man! Get over here! Jeez,
it's a problem.
Pretty funny though. It was pretty funny.
One thing I do have to give a shout out to though this year, because you know, like, we didn't know, like, there wasn't that many offline events to get points. You know, we were coming out of the pandemic, so we had a lot of online events to get points, dojo events and stuff like that. So, you know, they changed up the format this time around for 2022. So we had regionals and stuff, but that was kind of interesting. We got to see actual regional representation. Like, that's how we got to see Divine out there. Callum Bukes with the Eddie too. Like, he was looking really good for a moment. Unknown. Like, Shin Akuma, like, we wouldn't even had those moments without that, you know?
Right. So, yeah, and dude, Callum Bukes, let me just say real quick, like, I rode from the airport to the hotel with him, and we get out of the car, and he was like, dude, it's freezing cold. He's like shaking, right? And he's like, I'm like, how old are you? I forget, he's like 21 or 22 or something. Okay, and he was his first time traveling internationally. He's from South Africa, and I was like, have you ever even experienced this type of cold before? He's like, no. Like, it's his first time feeling like 40-degree weather, you know, 40 Fahrenheit, whatever. And he's just like dying outside in like this like t-shirt, long sleeve, whatever. It was great.
Did he not do any research on like
I mean, you can know it,
the
but
northern
it's like a
hemisphere
different story about like experiencing it for the first time, you know. So That was pretty great, man. And yeah, I do
like
agree
that.
that. I love the representation, from this format. I kind of wish that we could keep it again, to be honest. Like rather than having like 8 Koreans and 8 Japanese next year or something, whatever it's going to be, I do like that we got to see more of the world represented in this tournament.
True.
Yeah, I think the only way that can be possible though is if it gets like the league somehow gets more global in like equal ways to get events to everyone, but it's not possible.
Not gonna happen.
So
yeah, just from where the events already currently are.
yeah, we don't live in fairy tale land, unfortunately. I wish we did though. Sounds sick.
Yeah, I mean
March 31st. That's also Evo Japan, right? So that's the first time where you get to. I think. Wait, is that Evo Japan?
Yeah.
Yep.
So Evo Japan starts
it.
the Tekken 8 and the Tekken World Tour thing.
Yeah. Are you showing them that yet, Mike?
Yeah, he is.
Yeah,
I have the stream up. So I have the stream up, so I can see.
Wait, you can see it too. Like I put the feed to it.
No.
No, I was just checking. Yes. So if you guys missed it though, right? TWT 2023 was announced.
Right.
They're going back exclusively offline, right? So like last year we had a lot of the online dojo events, right? All those will not matter anymore. If you want a dojo event, it's got to be offline. It's got to be streamed so that they can prove that it was done, etc. Et cetera, right? So things are very different going forward. They're also going back to the global leaderboard format, which means that you're probably not going to end up with as much representation from around the world as we saw this year, because it basically means that anyone from any country, they're all vying for the same spots on the leaderboard by going to as many events as possible, right? So whenever that happens, the majority of events are going to be in NA, Europe, and Asia. So, the guys in like Ivory Coast are probably not going to get to many of those events, right? So it's unlikely that they're going to make it. Or, maybe Divine Exodus from Mexico is unlikely to make as many events, et cetera, et cetera. So much harder basically for everyone to qualify from faraway places that aren't near where all the tournament events are.
Right, exactly.
Boo.
Yeah.
Boo. But see, everyone's going the other way before, right?
Yeah,
Which is why they did this.
It's rough,
it's so hard.
Yeah.
I think the only way you could do something like this is that it has to be almost like 2 different events. It's like it's the NBA compared to the Olympics. Sometimes you got to run the Olympics where you invite everyone.
Yeah.
It's like, all right, you figure out who the best is, and then you send them over here. And then the other one's just like the league, which is the Tekken World Tour now, where it's like, all right, this is all the best players. LeBron, Knee's gonna take all the points, and then we're just gonna be at the bottom, just grabbing whatever leftovers are left after he takes all of them because he goes to every tournament.
What that actually sounds like is IESF, right? Because IESF brings in representation from all the countries around the world into one tournament. So it's actually is very similar to that. Just let the TWT be what it is. So yeah, that actually kind of works already. And IESF will probably have Tekken 7 again this year too. So I guess that works.
Wow, nice. Yeah, I mean that's pretty crazy, dude. Like 2023 already announced the finals, the matches. Like big shout outs again to Atif. Like he did his thing.
Yeah, huge.
Pakistan is officially on the board for a TWT finalist, grand champion. He earned it. Like even though Arslan wasn't able to make it out of his pool, neither did Nee though. But Atif was,
and Arslan beat Nee this time, right?
Yeah,
like
grabs in a bucket.
When you go back to the last one, where Nee picked Arslan in his pool, etc., and they played. Right, there was that kind of drama of like, oh, Arslan thought he was already out, so the second game didn't really matter, so he didn't play his hardest. Nee beats him 2-0 or whatever it was. But this time around, they were both out, and Arslan's like, whatever, I'm gonna beat you anyway, And with Kazumi too, so that was super sick. I really liked watching that Kazumi come back.
Did you see his tweet right after that match?
What'd he say?
He said something like, well, at least I came to, I did what I set out to do or something.
Oh, yeah. Like this was what I trained for, essentially, right?
Yeah, it was basically just like, yeah, well, look, at least I beat Nee because that's what I was training for. And, and I read that, I was like, man, these guys don't like each other, or do they like each other?
But I'm saying, like, because I think
see each other
everyone
as like rivals or something.
Rivals, yeah.
But also,
friendly.
I think everyone kind of expect them to be in the top 8 together, right?
Yeah.
And like they kind of, I think both of them, if you were either one of them, you expected like you're probably gonna have to beat this guy to win if you want to win the whole thing. So they both prepared for each other, I'm sure. And because of that, they did get a meet, but just not anywhere near the top 8.
They just didn't prepare for Ao.
I don't think anyone really did like that,
That
and Ao, damn, dude,
bro, that key charge rage art was like the craziest play I've seen, bro.
Do you think that Arslan meant to backflip?
Yeah.
Or do you think he was just mashing backdash and got the backflip on accident?
No, I think he meant to backflip.
Okay.
because set 3, set 2, right? She was key charge, both of those counter launchers. And it's like if she's airborne, she's in the air a little bit longer to evades the low. So it's just like, even if the mid hits, it's just like all she gets is like a screw. She might not do that enough damage with like 3 seconds left on the clock. So he was like thinking that far ahead. But the fact that he rage arted the backflip, I was just like,
No, it was a dope moment for sure.
Yeah,
that was cool.
Outplaying spoiler, but he's still
got spoiled himself.
Yeah, he's not it.
Divine X has played spoiler too.
Yeah. You guys can't see it on the thing because like the flipping is a pain in the ass. But yeah, Arslan tweeted out that we'll come back stronger. Him and me, they're training now. It's the training arc again. You love to see it.
There's a chessboard next to it, it's the games are smarter because it's next to a chessboard. It's in front of some books. Yeah, just because you're playing in a fancy chair doesn't make it any better. All right, you guys still lost the groups. Get them out. Oh yeah, I lost too.
Yeah, he lost.
Get him,
Divine. That was a sick group, dude.
Yeah, jeez.
That was a great group, and
also,
because of that, I haven't watched any of the other groups, so I don't know what to say about those. Because I missed all of the, not all of them, but I missed the majority of day 2, some of the groups. So, but I missed B and C for sure.
Oh man, those are big ones too, though. Because in B,
Anakin and
group,
Joey Fury.
Yeah, and they happened to go off right when I fell asleep at 4 a.m.
Anakin, like I was talking about earlier, how all the players were like playing nowhere near their potential. It felt like Anakin looked so off. Like I don't know why he was doing jackhammer into the 1 again. Like all these months we've seen him do jackhammer to plant the seeds, right? But now he's he's doing 1 again. I was like,
I feel like yesterday, it's like to pump himself up or something. He's like, I got these.
Yeah, I asked like Reno told me that the way he words is like sometimes you just gotta mix it up. Is what he said. That's how Reno said what Anakin said. And at the end of the day, I think it really is just sometimes you just got to do what's fun. Because doing 1 is way more fun than doing seed planner.
True. Yeah, I mean, there's also a difference between having fun and winning.
Also agreed.
That's usually how it goes. Sometimes things are less fun if it gets you the W.
I think it's like a little bit of both. It's like a mental thing. Psych himself up. Yeah.
But when you're missing it too, to keep going for it.
Yeah.
That's that confidence never shaken.
No, Anakin, he still played dope. Like somebody, I forgot who it was. Somebody was tweeting about how his face, because the player cams on the stage are gigantic, right?
Right. Yeah.
And it's like this I don't even up nostril shot almost, from the desk to their faces. But Anakin, he just has this stare where he's not even blinking or anything the whole time. Yep. So it's pretty intimidating from the crowd, especially. Yep.
Hat casting a shadow right to his
See,
eyes.
I think usually the player cams are higher, so the hat kind of blocks his eyes. But from this angle, you just saw him staring straight through the monitor. I was like, holy crap, dude!
Killer.
Yeah, it was pretty tight.
Does Tokido still have the murder face when he plays? I can't imagine you having a murder face, but you're playing a hitbox. Just typing like this, I'm murdering.
Angry. I'm typing out murder.
I don't think he has the. It's also he also does the measurement tape.
Measuring tape, yeah. Oh, yeah. He's like Shinakuma except faster.
Way faster.
Way faster.
He is way faster.
Shinakuma was basically setting up like he was playing. He's unpacking for his hotel room. I was like, what the hell's going on, man?
Oh man, I've never seen that rolling luggage bag for a stick bag. Dude. I was like, that's some next level tech. And then he also used it as a footrest. I was like,
dude,
that offends me as someone that can swing his feet sitting in any chair. You gotta let your feet hang, man.
The way he hopped onto the chair, it killed me. Right, he went up to the chair, he had it outside. He was like. He hopped on that. I was like, what the heck?
Dude.
God.
The moment with Super Akuma where he slams the table because
oh yeah,
dude,
he hurt his finger.
Yeah, but then on the on the big screen, right? You see Roman Jelly, he was out there in Amsterdam as well. He was getting some live crowd reactions and stuff. You see the big ass player cam, and then it just looks like Super Akuma's right,
middle finger,
I was just like, that's good. Well, it was actually his ring finger.
Yeah.
He sold the injury too much though, because he started paying attention. He should have never looked at it. He should have never found out that he was bleeding. I was thinking about that Ultimate Beastmaster clip of that girl who had that hanging piece of flesh off her arm.
Oh God! Oh, I forgot about that
What
shit,
is that?
dude.
When she
was like American Gladiator, but Ninja Warrior kind of thing.
Yeah. When she did some obstacle or something, and she's like,
she jumped and caught it. Yeah, but like her arm got cut open, like massive. Yeah. And she didn't know.
She didn't know. Not until she's like, yeah.
And then she didn't know. She like put her finger on it and she like touched it and she saw it and then she like broke down.
Oh yeah. She didn't feel it till she saw it. It's one of those.
That was Super Akuma, dude. Super Akuma didn't feel it until he saw it. He's like, uh-oh.
Yeah.
I got a hangnail. Oh no, my combos are gonna drop. Oh,
that was gross, dude. So gross.
Insane.
With the hangnail?
All of it, dude. It's all of it.
That was a crazy set too. Jod versus Super
That was
Akuma,
actually.
like,
I was because Super Akuma
tight.
The Super Akuma had such a crazy comeback too, because he should have lost earlier, it felt like, and then he made that comeback against Jod. But
Dude,
then he looked at his finger, and then Jod fucked him up.
Yeah.
He got so lucky. He got like a side wall. He had a straight wall that turned into a side wall because it was so far into the corner for the last hit, and then Super Kuma made the comeback. I was like, what the?
That was sick. That was super sick. And then Anakin losing to K was a surprise, right? Just because of how it started too.
Yeah.
But K was, he stayed solid. Neither of them made it out of that group either. What the hell, man?
Dude, Anakin looked super good day one. Joey and Anakin day one were
Joey
like perfect record.
Joey was 8-0 in his group. And he only had Yonorang left, right? And he goes to play him and he loses 2-0. And because of that 2-0 that he lost, he's in losers. He lost to one person 2-0, 8-0 for everyone else, and he came out in losers. That's like, what?
The way that started off for Yonorang in that group was that he lost 2-0 to Shinakuma. Like after the 20-minute setup, he had a 20-minute intro, and then he lost, and then he comes out of that pool and winners after Joey was 8-0 the whole time. Before that set. It's
mind blowing. I mean, Joey needed to win one game against them to secure the W and be out of the winner's side, right? But the fact that it could come down that close seemed kind of effed up. It's like, how do you go 8-0?
Head-to-head count, because he tied it.
Right, because they tied. Yeah.
Fucking crazy when you think about it.
Yeah, that was brutal.
I mean, that's good on Yonorang though for Steve staying alive, right? Because you when you lose that first game or that first set in a round robin, like you either go like, oh damn it, like this sucks, right? Because people don't even know too that like one of those games in that first match is, since it's the beginning, you don't even know how important that match is. But that one match could be like the difference between you making it out and you getting eliminated.
I mean, think about,
like, you don't know it until it's too late.
Think about what Joey did there, right? You have 5 opponents, so the best record you can get is 10-0, right? So to guarantee winners, you have to get 9-0. Like, that's it. You have to, because if you're like Joey and you went 8-0, that's not enough. You can come out a loser still. So that's like so. I don't want to say ridiculous, but it's ridiculous, kind of. It's just unexpected, I guess.
That's I mean, if the pool was a little bit more rounded so that Yonorang could at least lose another set against somebody, then he would have been all right. But because Yonorang at least was still in punching range, he made it interesting. And by interesting, I mean he fucked up Joey's top 8.
Yeah.
A lot of that went on.
Yeah, trust me. That's what round robin is, though. Sometimes it's like the petty match. Because Divine Exorcist, if he knew that Al had to beat him in order to qualify, you think he would have tried harder or less hard? I think he probably knew, and he was like, "All right, time to mess this day up. Let's go."
That's kind of you get remembered that way too. It's just like I stopped him.
Yeah, you got to be the spoiler, I think, if you're in these positions, right? Especially when you're not having the best group. You're like, man, I'm not gonna make it out, but I want to get as many W's as I can here because all these damn matches are being streamed.
Yep.
Yeah, I remember Arslan and Knees match, and I was like, oh damn, Arslan's taking this food down like the Titanic. So it was like, I'm out. You're going with me, Knee. Just drag him down.
Got to.
Yeah, that was really funny. Yeah,
the group stages on day 2 were super crazy because you also get to see like everybody getting eliminated, and it's more people in the pool than usual. 6 people per group. It's just like, and only 2 make it out. Insane. Then you have the top 8. But yeah, what do you guys think about the top 8 before we move on? Like Atif looking super dominant in his group stage performance as well. I think he had a perfect record, or maybe he lost one game out of all that.
Was it that good? I don't remember.
Yeah, it was pretty damn good.
Who do you play on the winner final when you started?
Chikrin.
Yeah.
Oh damn! Yeah, I thought that Chikrin had the best chance of beating him.
Chikrin,
he had a good lead in that set.
Yeah, he did. I thought he was up like 2-0 or like
yeah.
I thought he was up in that set.
I think it was up 2-0, yeah.
But made the comeback. So like that was the only set where he looked like he actually got challenged. I mean, I can't say for the group stage because I actually didn't see his group matches. I want to watch those sometime later this week. Same thing with Group D too, because I have no idea how good Nobi did. It's like I was watching every time I watch Nobi, I'm like, oh, Nobi's playing, but it's like I don't notice it because it's Fang. It's another Fang on the screen. Yeah. So I'm like, oh, is it Nobi or is it someone else? But Nobi, like he played pretty well too.
He played well, yeah. He got 5th.
And you haven't seen it? I won't spoil it.
I saw his match against Grilanda in top 8 though. And that's was the one where it's like,
dope.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean. Overall, like I think just the top 8 was good. I think all the matches are good. I think just Butts matches were probably blowouts, but those are how matches can tend to be sometimes, right? I'm surprised, honestly, that overall we didn't see more blowouts. I was kind of anticipating that we were gonna get like some ugly. I mean, we did have 2 players I think that didn't win any sets in the group stages, which I think is kind of to be expected. But I thought the sets themselves were going to be kind of not competitive. But even I feel like all the sets were competitive.
No, they were. You're right. Sure. Yeah, Chikrin using Leroy was actually a pretty big surprise.
That's what I wanted to ask you about. How did you think of?
I'm picking up Leroy.
Leroy's sick, and he's been playing him since launch. Like he's stuck with him even now. Like
No, just I thought it was interesting in the Teef Butt set, right? Because he was up 2-0 with Leroy, and I think that gave him confidence that he could close it out with the Leroy. But I feel like if he ran it back in grand finals, I don't think he would have used Leroy the whole way. So it was interesting. And, Leroy standing 3 all day, like that was the most curious thing to me. I was like, what the hell is the standing 3 usage all the day? And I loved it. But yeah, his whip punch was down for 2. It's just a stupid ass mid kick, and then he has to follow up with a mid kick into the low kick after 3-3.
Oh, that's 3. Oh, that's 3.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dude, he used a bunch of tools that I haven't seen. Yeah,
well, I've never seen anyone use forward 4, and like he used it.
He just did that 4-4-4. He would just throw it out 4-4-4-2. Boom. It's like.
No, and then also just like 4-4-4. Oh, he sees them blockade, hermit cancel, block your jabs, or he sees it hit, go for hermit mix. Quick little hermit back 4 or something.
But he'd even get hit sometimes. Like I felt like sometimes he'd do it, and then like someone would retaliate. Like against Arslan, like he would do it, and Arslan would retaliate because he was like, "Oh, you're in stance," and he like launched him. The next time he did it, he canceled. Arslan did something bigger, got blocked, and he got punished for it. So
yeah, he definitely played a little mix up with that. Yeah.
Other thing Chikrin did that made me want to pick up Leroy was down forward 2. He makes that thing have infinite range, dude.
That move is always at good range, but like you didn't need it because you had orbital that was fast and you had back 3 as the whiff punisher. So now it's like you have to do this, and it's risky if you miss it, which is why you use the other options before. But yeah, you have to use down forward 2 now, and obviously he does, which is cool. Very, very cool.
You know what's crazy? Watching that whole tournament, like he was from the beginning at LCQ all the way to the end. I've seen his Leroy all freaking weekend, right? And he hit, I think, every single raw down forward 2. Just regular down forward 2 without the follow-up. Every single one of those hit. I think he was wrong one time when he cashed in and believed that the 1+2 part was going to hit. I think he was wrong once the whole weekend. I was like,
wow,
that's actually crazy. He
did orbital like once on accident.
And he hit it. I was like, damn, he orbitaled him. Got him.
Yeah. He's just so, in my eyes, his style is like what I want to be, just like textbook, just nothing crazy. Just stick to the books, do the right thing every time. And then like,
man.
Yeah, in the
I was thinking about the way he lost. Yeah. He lost because he mistimed the hermit stance forward 4 at the wall combo.
Yeah. That was one of them. That was the only one he missed too. That was the only one he missed.
And it was one of those situations where he hit the wall and he was like kind of in a panic to make the comeback because it's supposed to close out, and then he missed it. And he's like, "Oh God, I missed it. I'm still gonna go for the ground pound anyway." And it was like spring kick killed him. Yeah. And then he just like collapsed, like he just his face down, hands in his face and everything.
I wouldn't believe it either, dude. He had it. That was his.
Yeah, to see Chikrin miss that. That's what I'm saying. Like to me, there was such a sloppy TWT final. Like everyone was missing everything. I'm like, these like guys have hit millions of times and they're all dropping in here in this top 8. And
I
it's
didn't
like,
think that was
is it
that
just the
sloppy
pressure
for
of the
him.
situation? Just
I didn't think that was that sloppy for him. He missed one the whole
No. But that's the thing. Like, how many times have you seen Chikrin miss that even? You know?
Yeah, I mean, like he missed
Yeah.
one when it counted.
He can miss a few.
Yeah.
Give him. You got to give him the best.
He's bro. He missed
he's
one.
a human, bro.
That's the thing. Everyone looks human where usually they don't. I think that's what it was. You know.
Maybe he had 7 Red Bulls in him too, and he was shaking the joystick crazy. You know.
That's what I'm saying, though. You know, like I don't know if it was the pressure of the moment or if it was just like the long ass days that like were draining all the players.
Column A, little column B.
I think a lot more column B, considering that he made it from the LCQ.
Yeah,
made it all the way to grand finals of LCQ. He had to play all those unnecessary matches. Played through the groups and the hardest group. Played in the top 8, and almost made it all the way to grand finals. Like, yeah, he probably doesn't want to play Tekken at least for another 2 weeks.
Oh, look, he just started streaming.
Yeah, I know, right? So first thing he does gets back home and starts streaming again.
Turn it back on. We got another tour coming up.
Everybody always sleeps on him, man. It's just like no one picked him from coming out of Group A, and it's like, yeah. I think after he got out of Group A, though, people were like, okay, he might 2P.
You don't have enough time to choose to pick him out of Group A. You didn't even know what group. No, the thing is that you didn't even know who was in any groups until they already started playing. By the time you know who was in Group A, you already knew Nee and Arslan were in losers. That's all you knew.
Even when you looked at that group, though, right? Like I think you thought, okay, Nee and Arslan are the favorites here, but Chikrin could play spoiler, right? That was the thought.
I definitely thought that.
You didn't, but then you see Ao immediately play spoiler and then get spoiled. It was like the craziest group, I think. I think that was the coolest storyline of the whole TWT finals, essentially.
It's kind of like that last set with Ao that cost him the game when on that get up kick. That wall combo, with the rage drive into the wall combo, but then he was still alive, but he was flip back turn, and then he went for like a generic down 3 or 4 with Kunimitsu, which got knocked down by the get up kick 3, and then that was it. And he had the lead.
That was against Gerlanda, I think, right?
Yeah.
And
that was like
that was a crazy get up 3. It has to be one of the craziest get up 3s in a while. But that's what happens in tournaments, man. Like even like him on the offense against Arslan and me, like he's playing Kunimitsu. He's running the dirty setups. He's running the 50-50s. Like, you could sidewalk right. Like I think I've seen it step twice the whole fucking weekend. The other time it's just like, bro, deal with it. I'm gonna be dusting in your face. Deal with it. Me, Arslan,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he played well.
Pretty good.
He played well, but still didn't make it. That's the craziest thing about this whole tournament.
You can't play well in this tournament. You have to be on. That's just
but the unfortunate thing though is that the reason why like that group even exists is because of the randomness of the group draw. Where it's like I don't think you're gonna get that next year. You're not gonna get this kind of group next year's next year's final because they're gonna do the group draw. If they do it like if they did in the past.
Dude, I feel like that was like a Carl's Jr. or TGI Friday card or something.
Bro.
It's like, here's your table number. Here you go.
Steal it, and then you steal it.
I was thinking in the past, the players picked who went their groups, and Nee picked Arslan into his group, or he put himself into Arslan's group, right?
That was epic.
So, what if like this year comes around and Arslan puts himself in Nee's group? He's like, just that they're always in groups together. That would be so dope. I would be happy with that.
3 times in a row.
I'm planning out the end of this tour when we haven't even started yet. It's great.
I mean, it's already guaranteed they're gonna be there.
I was gonna play spoiler. Neither of them are gonna make it.
No, they'll make it. No, they'll make it to the finals. They might not make it to top 8. That's why I'll play spoiler.
Yeah, crazy. Chikrin 3rd place, John Ding 2nd, and then Atif Buff 1st. $50,000.
John Ding too.
Yeah.
You know what? I said Chikrin had a long day, but John Ding had I think a longer day because he qualified in the LCQ and from loser side top 8 make. So he played more sets. Qualified for top 8 in the finals loser side. So even he had a longer path than top 8 losers too. So he had a crazy long path. And I still believe it that if you're in shape, you're much more prepared for these long ass grindy days. That's the reason why all those muscles got him to top 2.
I mean,
just not first, unfortunately.
There's definitely something to that. It's
there is for sure.
Yeah, that's the crazy part to me too, because like even going into it, like Atif was tweeting that he was like kind of losing his passion for like Tekken and stuff. Like I have the tweet pulled up here. He's just like, he
was also nervous. Yeah,
nervous, very nervous. But then like I think right after he won winners finals and just seeing him like pop off, right? And then I saw that emotion coming out of him. I was just like, damn, he cares. He definitely cares, man. But then I understand, dude. It's like play too much, you get burnt out, and you just like you don't know what you're playing for. You kind of get like tunnel vision sometimes, but like
man, the game's been out for a while, and like rightfully so, and and this was kind of like hey, hold on. This game is kind of fun. This game is alright. This game's alright. Let me backstep.
Everyone's always having fun when they're winning.
Winning, right? Yeah. Trust me, if he had not made it, we would have saw a different tweet, right? That we would have been like, "Well, this is it, everybody. I'll see you later."
But then after he won, like even at the end, he popped off again. He looked all happy, like. And then he even tweeted that this is just the beginning, man. I feel like this is going to be life-changing for him, or like maybe he will start viewing this differently again. So
I mean, you got to remember in like Pakistan, it's like way higher celebrity status, right? Like Arslan is on billboards and shit out there, right? So now. Yeah, dude.
He is. I've seen it.
You got to go watch the Korea gaming video in Pakistan. Go watch that.
Yeah, it's in there.
Because at the end of that, you see the billboard that Arslan's on, and like in like this big ass square.
I thought the whole point of that video was for Suiken to Photoshop eventually.
Oh, yeah. You're messing up the whole point. Missing out on material, bro.
I know.
I stopped Photoshop because I didn't want to keep his feelings getting hurt for over.
Come on, man. What are you gonna? You can't keep that same background on your Apple Watch forever.
Oh man. It's so good. Everyone asked me about it too. It's so funny. I'm at the supermarket reaching over for something a little higher. Is that Arslan Hass on your wrist? Why? Yes, ma'am. It is
Arslan Hass. Point being, it's a big deal in Pakistan. So the fact that Atif won and he's a TWT champion, something that Arslan's never achieved yet, it's a big deal. So that's really cool. It's definitely gonna be life changing for him.
But yeah, Pakistan's done it. Evil Japan from Arslan and Evil Worlds from Arslan, and now TWT Finals. So congratulations to Pakistan, man. They
definitely
did it. They definitely earned it. Looking so dominant too. But they also dropped some crazy other news too. Like we already went over that the 2023 tour has been announced here at the finals, but we also got Tekken 8 news. Like Murray came up and he was like, normally a trailer's like 3 or maybe 5 minutes. We have a 35-minute trailer. I was just like, what? That's
crazy. Yeah. I don't think anyone expected anything to be that long. And we're like, what? How could it be that long? Like trying to process it, like what was it? It's gotten like immediately I thought this is gonna be one of those sit down discussion things. It has to be, right? Like how else can you go for 35 minutes unless it's like they're playing the story mode or something for us, right? So I knew what to expect. But it was a lot. It was a lot to sit through.
Yeah. I mean, sitting through the whole trailer, I mean, honestly, it did. I personally didn't mind it because it was a lot of information, and I really enjoy. And
you had a full night. You had a full night of sleep too.
Yeah, I was like, I just won! Oh, congratulations, team! Hey, 35 minutes! Wow!
You're also backwards on that because they showed that before top 8. So maybe you didn't watch it live at all.
Yeah, you freaking liar!
Pre-recorded.
Which is just as good, even better actually. You can watch it on your own terms.
It was great. I mean, and the information was there, and I was not expecting them to put out that much time.
Yeah, I mean, they went over a lot of stuff. They had the rage system. They finally, I think, really showed us what all that stuff in the trailers are. With the heat system as well. Like, what do you guys think with what you guys seen so far? And like with what our understanding now, we have chip damage in Tekken other than just from like key charge stuff or like, special moves or like rage drive chip at the wall. We have like actual chip damage now. It's pretty crazy. Heat system too comes with a bunch of other stuff. We have a first look at the UI. There's so many things that they showed us in this. Like, what do you guys think?
Where to start, dude? That's the real question here, right? Like, there's a lot to process.
Absolutely.
the fact that that Coliseum stage is a walled stage,
Yes,
mind blowing to me.
My mind.
I thought it was infinite. Sure.
Yeah, I was like, this is just a nice infinite stage, like a Tekken 1 style with when the floor doesn't really move align with the background and it looks kind of weird. And then when they got to the wall after 2 of those like heat dashes or whatever, I freaked out just a little bit. I was like, these stages are big now.
Yeah. It's very
There's so
very
much.
big.
There is so much stuff to
I mean, here's
about
my Okay, let's just do it this way. Are you guys like what's your overall outlook of it so far? Are you guys positive on it or negative on it?
I like it.
I'm positive.
I'm positive.
I'm pretty damn positive about it. I mean, I've seen a lot of reactions on Twitter and stuff. Like, I've seen fears like, that's not what I expected to see, or like, I feel sick. This shit.
I look to fear for uplifting and positive outlooks on my Tekken. When I want positivity and feel good, I go to Fear Silence's Twitter account. Yeah, that's a good idea. The main thing
I'm in the negative column. Sorry.
The main thing to do is to just not follow Tekken Twitter.
Yeah. No, I mean, so for me, I feel like this is like officially the end of classic Tekken. That's the way it's panning out to me. Because like, look, I don't want to be like all doomy, gloomy and shit now because we still don't know everything. Right? Yeah, like it's a new game, we're all excited, whatever.
What else is new?
Right, but like Tekken 7 started the trend, right? Because we got supers, rage arts, we got power crushes with armor in it, right? And that was kind of the first step away from like classic Tekken. Now we have chip damage. We've got more mechanics that feel like 2D game mechanics, more than like Tekken. And I feel like the difference between Tekken and 2D games in the past were like Tekken was like, here's the fundamentals, and you go play the game. And then now they've added these extra things on top of it, like rage arts, rage drives, etc. Right? And so now they've taken away the rage drives, but the heat system I feel like has so many layers that reminds me more of like Street Fighter Cross Tekken in terms of like the number of system mechanics just to like execute a combo or to play your offense or whatever, And on top of that, you still have classic Tekken behind all that, right? So now you've got classic Tekken there, and then you've got all these new things on top of it, which are supposed to be easier for new players, right? Because Harato's up there saying like, we got like 5 of these heat moves for you. You learn these 5 things. So if you're a new player, these are the 5 moves you focus on. But to me, I'm like, is it? Like, there's a level there where I'm not sure how it's going to go. Like, either those 5 moves are going to be so good that they're like kind of silly, or they're not going to really help you because you still have got to do everything else in Tekken at the same time too. So I don't know. There's a lot to process about it, a lot. And right now everything is all offense based, right? Which to me is it's kind of like the decision or the direction they went in Tekken 4 after Tekken 3 or Tag 1, where it was like, we want the action to stay close, right? So instead of like removing the backdash like they did in Tekken 4, they're letting you press the offense with like all of these heat mechanics, right? Like heat engage or heat smash, heat dash. Is that what it's called? I don't remember. Yep. Etc. Right?
Smash and dash.
Right. So it's all like the offense stuff. And I just wish that they had said like, because they said like, let's talk about the defense side of this. And they're like, well, you can still power crush because now your power crush, you have recoverable life. So that means power crush is stronger now, right? So you can power crush your way out of these situations. And they said you can also still sidestep and backdash. But they didn't say, we've also improved sidestep and backdash. I feel like if they had said that, I feel like I would have felt a lot better about everything.
You're turning into a Zoomer Tekken player.
I am.
Wow.
Zoomer? That's not Zoomer.
Oh my god! Like, there's no sidestep in Tekken. Like, make sure they put it in a trailer. I'm freaking out. You know, it's just like that's kind of what it sounds like.
This is me though, right? Like,
I know.
I'm very much not that guy.
No, I know. I understand.
Offensive, but when I see all these offensive mechanics, then I want to know that I can sidestep my way out. That's all I'm saying.
How often do you sidestep? You're not sidestepping.
No! Here's the thing. Here's the thing, right? Like, if there's a mechanic around it, right, and I have the option to, and I know I can afterwards, then I will, right? And like that makes it clear of when I should sidestep. So that's actually easier if it works that way. Right, but we haven't seen it work that way yet. That's what I'm saying.
But that would just be teaching you how to play Tekken, though. This is not what this video is supposed to be about. This video is about showing you what's new in Tekken 8.
Tekken, the death of
it's like it's never. You have to. You guys are trying to get you're trying to squeeze every single information out of a game that you haven't even touched yet.
Yeah,
it's like
the
thing is. You just gotta just like if you need them to tell you that you can sidestep after this in order for you to feel better, like I'll tell you this. Okay, you can sidestep after it. Sonoris, now do you feel better?
Thank you,
No.
Ricky. Thank you. Thank you, Ricky.
But let me tell you like this. Would you believe Harada if he said it?
If he said it, yeah. I would, if he had said, because the thing is they put it on the screen. They said you can you still have sidestep and backdash as options, whatever. But they didn't say that it's better or it's like useful against or whatever. It was all focused on the offensive part of it, which is the new stuff that they're announcing, right? And that's fine. Like I said, we haven't heard everything yet. Like there might be more heat defense shit coming, right? Like I don't know. So there's like a lot of shit that could still be coming. So we don't know all the details. So I don't want to be super doomer gloomer. I understand that, but
you are.
But
from what I'm seeing so far, that's what I'm getting.
That you just want them to say one thing about sidestep and then you'll go from doom and gloom to flowers and power.
I would say I would feel way better.
One sidestep.
Here's the other part of it, right? Like I said, it's another step away from classic Tekken to me, right? So now this 3D game that was more based on just the fundamentals, you have all these 2D mechanics that are really going to influence the overall round, right?
God, I'm so glad you talk fast right now because I need this information to go through my head so much faster so I don't have to listen to it anymore.
Yes. 2D mechanics are going to influence more of the round now. That's all I'm saying. Period.
No, you're probably right about that.
Bitch, fuck you, God. You always do this shit.
That information.
You always come out here talking holy shit, and then you agree with me.
No, I only agree with you about the 2D mechanic part. I don't. But the whole sidestep thing that's some nitpicky bullshit. That it's like that's not gonna please anybody.
I just said I would feel better about it. That's all. I would have felt better.
I feel like you wouldn't. I feel like you wouldn't though.
I would.
If they said, if they would have, you would have.
I know I would have because when they showed on screen, Steve was next to me. I leaned over to him and said, like, I wish that said better. You know, that's all I did because I said it right then when I saw it. It was the first that went through my mind.
And then what happens if sidestep is better? That now it's invincible and you just sidestep it through everything.
I don't know.
Exactly. Nobody knows what they're asking for.
Yeah.
When they say that stuff, nobody knows. Yeah. As compared to what, you know?
Exactly. As compared to Law in Tekken 7.
Oh, God, shut the fuck up.
All right, let's move on.
Oh, my God.
He doesn't have a good sidestep, that's all I'm saying.
Wow. Or maybe is your sidestep. You know, Chicken and Leroy still look pretty good, you know? I mean, we heard you say some stuff about Leroy before. But yeah, I mean, a lot of things.
And he didn't win.
Yeah, he got third, but then, you know, he had a long weekend. Let's give him some credit. He missed one forward for Herbert's dance, you know. He's fine. He almost got it.
Losing to Akuma players, dropping combos. Come on. Go on.
It happens. It happens, man.
Everybody a lot of people losing to dropping combo Akuma players.
Yeah, everybody do. It's fine, man. That's something to be ashamed about. But yeah, I mean, like the way I'm looking at it, you're saying a lot of the stuff is just offense, but then also at the same time, it's everybody, there's like, you know, there are some familiar 2D mechanics. You know, there's like something like Gray Life in this game, but it's not Gray Life. You know why it's not Gray Life? Because like Gray Life, when you get hit, you lose all of that shit.
All of it. Yeah.
In this game, you still keep all the Gray Life even after you get hit. You know, it's just that you take the actual damage. Do you die from chip? I don't know.
You don't.
You don't.
Did they confirm that?
They confirmed.
Yeah,
that
they
in the
did.
video.
Oh, really?
They said you don't die. You don't die from the
Harada asked the dude Nikatsu,
because even Harada was thinking about that too. Even Harada knows what the people are thinking.
Yeah,
right. But yeah, like for the most part, like a lot of the heat stuff to me just seems like Rage Drive 2.0, and instead of it being like at the end of the round, they just, you know, they just let you go ham with it. You know, I think it's, I mean, I don't think they, you know, I don't remember seeing it in the subtitles or anything where they said like, you know, heat is only once per round or once per game. I'm guessing it's once per round, just like Rage Drive.
I think they said once per round.
Yeah, I think so, right? Because it's just like, why put all this stuff in if it's just only going to be once per game, like a Leroy Kane, and then it's just like
they said it.
Yeah, so it's just like once per round, just like Rage Drive, but you start with it. There's a couple other ways to activate it, you know. Heat engagers give you 2, heat burst and heat burst cancels give you 1. You know, it's just it kind of just seems like Rage Drive, but you have a lot more flavor with it. You know, you could use your heat engager after activated for heat dashes, all that stuff.
So what if like some of the characters I was thinking about this when this was going there, like they didn't show off all the characters. Obviously, there's only like these certain characters that they show. But what if there are other characters? Some of them may have heat properties, like their movement style or whatever they're using could be defensive instead of offensive, used in different way.
I mean, I was already
yeah.
definitely thinking about
Yeah.
that, because like Paul's right here, we see like it's his heat smash, right? It's kind of like raised drive right now, right? Where you cash out of your heat stuff with it, and it gives you like this powerful, like demo man looking thing, right? And it's like his is a low. It starts from a low. Like, what if everybody else's isn't a low and his is like a rare case? It's like, what if other characters have to, like a character like Steve, even though he's not announced for the game, what if he's like a chip setup character? He has like 1-2-1, flicker 1-1-1-1-2, and then that does like 30-40% of your chip, and then he hits you with a lower mid, and then you're like terrified for your life,
Yeah, that could be cool. Or not cool. I don't know. Like, I think.
I mean, in those situations, the game is trying to influence you to not block. The game is basically, the first thing they say in the video is aggressive. It's like it's all obviously they don't want to focus on defense at all. It's like the whole idea is going to be offensive, and it almost makes it sound like the best defense is to be offensive, because the more you blocking, the more you're taking gray life, and the more you're gonna be pushed back and getting fucked up for blocking.
Right.
Well, yeah, and the first thing that new players learn is offense. So this is gonna be. That's why I was like, oh, this is gonna be good for you guys, because holding back, what? Like, just go forward and keep on attacking. But I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, another thing I think is kind of crazy, like, we're talking all offense, but it's, I think this is the first Tekken game other than like the tag games where you kind of control if you could recover your life. And it seems like all airborne hits, it seems like about like 40-50% of it, like air combos, right? Juggles. It seems like 40-50% of it is recoverable health. So it's just like, I've been saying
that makes juggles not as strong, which makes the poking game a little bit better, which makes defense strong again.
Yeah, you got to play it to see how it all plays out, right? Like especially with the recoverable life and how that plays out with different characters. Because if you think about like when you activate heat and say you have a character like Nina who's doing like size to one cancels and shit, and you're just blocking and just taking all that chip damage down, it's pretty hard to interrupt some stuff in Tekken, and certain characters can be better at it than other characters, right? And then the question mark is like, if she does a combo and she gets, wait, which way I want to think about this? I was thinking about like if someone gets gray life and Nina does that, like, can't she get more for life back just by keeping you in block stun?
I mean,
or does she have to hit you to get the life back? I forgot the rules.
You can do it on block. Yeah,
they can do it on block. And I think it's, I don't know if it's more or it's the same, but I think it's it doesn't matter. I think the idea is that they just want you to be connecting with the opponent.
Right. Yeah, heat dash, heat smash, heat burst, heat engager. Yeah, the other thing that was interesting about the heat system was like the law move with the nunchuck, how it doesn't launch unless you're in heat, right?
Character specific effects, the character specific buffs,
That was interesting because that makes me think of it more like, like a Killer Instinct or a Street Fighter V Trigger sort of thing where each character, it's like a trait, exactly, right? Your trait.
It's so funny how now you're gonna get every like if you just follow FGC on Twitter, everyone that mentioned Tekken 8, they all compared it to some
blood,
they all compared it to some mechanic in another fighting game. Right. I just looked at it, I was like, so you're telling me this is X Factor, V Trigger, FADC,
everything.
What the fuck?
But I think that's what makes it so crazy to me. Like, and I don't know if that's good or bad, right? It feels like these are like 2D mechanics that are getting infused into Tekken. I will say that the heat system, from what I've seen so far, with like how you can have a bound in your combo, etc., I think we're going to see a lot of like really creative combos and combo optimization that's going to be available to players.
For sure.
I think that part's the part I like the most about it, right? Because that's that to me reminds me of like Tekken Tag 2, where you have like more combo variety available to you.
A lot
and you
of
have,
player
with this
expression
system, exactly, right? And player expression, like if you think about like with the bound system plus the screw system in this, which what it seems like so far. And also we don't know if you can bound at the wall yet, right? Like who knows, right? But like the way you get to a wall and your positioning and how close you are to the wall and what you can use in that space is going to be very interesting, I think. So that's what I like a lot about this so far. I just feel like, going back to Street Fighter Cross Tekken, right? That game ended up having so many mechanics that were like overwhelming. Like there were just so many for like a player to play that game. Like there would end up being so many you didn't even use at the end, like Pandora. You know what I mean? Like so little that ended up being used in tournaments. This so far, we're not at that point yet where it's like too many things in there. I'm just concerned about how it's going to be because Tekken already is a difficult game for players to wrap their head around. Now you got all this other 2D mechanics to like manage essentially. Because going back to Tekken 8 before we heard about this game, people were like, "Watch, they're gonna give everyone meter," and I was like, "There's no way they're giving everyone meter." That's what I thought in my head. There's no way they're giving everyone meter, right? But then it's not exactly meter because it's not to be managing across rounds, but it's something you have to manage.
Something you build
every
up
round.
Either. Yeah, it's not something you build up. You just get it round start.
Yeah, but then you still have to manage like how many of those things, like some of those things take 2 pips or 1 pip or whatever you want to call it. 2 chains, 1 chain. So
two chains. I'm surprised he finally made a comeback. I've been waiting for that.
But that's my point though, right? Like there is some management there on top of the standard tech and stuff. So it does feel like everyone got meter all of a sudden now.
It's a weird meter because it's what fighting game would you start with all your meter? Like
Street Fighter 6,
Mortal Kombat 11.
Yeah.
Modern fighting.
Modern fighting games. That's what I'm saying. It's borrowing from like games I don't really like how it's done so far, but it's funky. I don't know. I'm definitely the boomer here. Like I want my classic Tekken, and it's definitely in the opposite direction.
Face too. Sorry to cut you off.
Law's face is weird, bro.
Right there, right? It looks funky as hell. I agree.
I saw a screenshot today where his like chin looks weird. Like they put it next to the old Law face. And I was like, his face don't look the same anymore, man.
They all look funky though.
If I say anything more about it, people are gonna call me a bigot, right? But I'm just saying it don't look like Law anymore.
Yeah.
You saying you don't look Chinese?
He looks less Chinese.
I don't think he just looks funky.
I think he looks less Chinese, bro.
Like I think he put like Botox in his lips or something. Because like
there's Botox in his chin and his lips, bro.
Like that should be like swollen, bro.
His lips are much like more closer together on both sides. I don't know what's going on there.
Yeah. He's all trying to like.
That's actually what it is, dude.
It's the new generation fighting games. All the characters in the new fighting games just kind of look funny.
He's got Botox for this. Law has Botox, bro.
I guess that's what it is, right? Everyone, all the fighting game characters are now getting Hollywood, huh? Plastic surgery need to keep
Hollywood
up
now. Yeah. And what do you guys feel about? There's been a lot of people talking about how it looks a lot like Mortal Kombat 11, right? And I think a lot of that criticism comes from this stage, this Coliseum stage, because the Coliseum stage gives you MK vibes in general, but I think also the lighting of it too. You just see Shao Kahn sitting back there or something, like a little throne room, whatever. So
I mean, I see it too. I definitely see it too.
Yeah. I think it's also like the lighting on the stage. I feel like they need to change it. I don't know how they would change it, but it definitely gives big MK vibes. Which I started feeling like when I saw the Nina trailer later, that I was like, maybe they want MK vibes. Like they want to pull the MK audience.
Bro,
it's like the biggest selling
at it for
fighting game stuff, right?
They like each other, NRS and Namco. They're like,
but like, is that the pull? I don't know.
Damn, we're finally getting Sub-Zero in this game.
Damn.
Here's the thing, though. Whenever you make a new fighting game in general, right? Like, I don't know how many groups of players there are, right? There's hardcore fans that like hardcore Tekken fans. These guys will always play your game. You don't have to worry about them, right? Then you have the super casual fan that loves the game but it's not playing competitively. You don't have to worry about them either. They'll buy the game too. It's those fringe players that are like, whether or not like, oh, do I even want to play this game? Am I going to play competitively? I think you got a lot of those guys where it's like they'll play any fighting game as long as they think that they can be competitive in it. Yeah. And they need something like, I don't know, maybe this kind of new mechanic and things like that can help bring those kind of players in. Just like, it's something fresh. It feels like, new. It feels more familiar to my game in a sense, weirdly. And then they could still try to learn the Tekken side of it too.
I mean, I think they're doing a pretty good job with like easing players in, right? Because like whenever I think of like new players trying to get into like a Street Fighter or something, right? They like their Ken wake up DP with the flames on it, and then they like the big one that goes all the way up, Shinryuken or Shoryu Reppa, like one of those on wake up as well every now and then, right? And it's like they did that with Tekken 8. They have like the R2 for Rage Arts, and then they also have R1 for Heat Burst. And then if you already have heat activated after that, that's your heat smash to cash out. All flashy stuff. And then you have...
The hell did you just say?
Yeah. You see, Ricky? You see how confusing it is for a new player? Yeah, we watched the damn video. That's what's so damn confusing about it.
No, yeah, no, MYK, you're
very,
definitely no, MYK, you're definitely very weird in that regard because I watched that video like 2 or 3 times and I still don't know what the hell to call anything. And I'm here trying to learn it. I'm like actually taking notes. I'm like, all right. The only thing I've known is Heat Dash. That's the only one I know because that's the one that runs. And Smash because that's the one that smashes.
Yeah.
I think it's just enough for a new Tekken for me personally. Because it's like if it's just like Tekken 7, why not just do another, why not just do another season or a patch update? It's just like, why not just do one of those? It's like it actually switches things up, and
it does.
I think there's some strategy involved in it. It's like, we already have rage drives and rage arts in 7 and chip kills and stuff, and now chip doesn't kill. Like it switches some things up a little bit, but
it has to switch it up.
I like
otherwise
it.
we'd all be upset. Yeah.
Because if we went back to tag 2, then
I kind of want to see the nut jobs, with the heat system. I want to see the fucking crazy motherfuckers at round start activate that shit, run the 50-50 or try to get the big chip damage. I want to see those guys because
I'm definitely get it, dude. I can imagine being in rank and then someone just starts off and I'd be like, too soon, Junior. The whole like, see you later. S2000 smoking that VW. So like, what are you doing? Why would you use it like that? But but that's the exciting thing about this new kind of big step that we're taking in Tekken. And I'm always a believer of growing with like the new, like growing new, doing something great. I love classical Tekken, don't get me wrong, man. But at this time, I enjoyed Tekken 7. I didn't really like Tekken 2, but
it's fine.
But overall, like I could see this game as an enjoyment for some and drawing some players that may have not like said, hey, I didn't do too well in the last old Tekken, but this is kind of cool. Heat system, like you see like a big luchador running across the screen, like getting, it's body slamming people. Like that's attractive. I like that. I think that's going to draw people in.
Yeah. It's going to look cool. I'm pretty sure it's going to look cool. Like the Law nunchuck launcher, the King thing with the RKO. Even when Paul does his heat smash, like it's got more cinematic flair than a lot of the moves traditionally did by itself, right? So I think this game is definitely going to be more spectator friendly than Tekken 7 is even.
For sure.
Yeah. I was tweeting out earlier about like seeing Law's like nunchucks and the new character. I mean, not new character, but a returning character, of course. But that we're going to talk about in a minute. But I was just thinking like, man, heat system with Razor Rush, that'd be sick.
Yeah, but then it's like it's only when you
Lei is dead.
Yeah, I hope so too, right? I don't want.
Damn, I hope I double speed Razor Rush, bro, with twice as many hits.
Bro, imagine your hair is all fucked up when you did your Razor.
Look,
that was tight, bro.
I'm sorry to break the news to you, Suiken. Lei is dead because you see this. I don't know if you have the stream up right now, but they're showing that special system with the the assist commands. That shit will not assist any Lei player. That shit's gonna be impossible. How would they even use it?
I don't know.
I wouldn't even use any stances or anything like that. It'd be so complicated.
I mean, okay. The way I see it is that in Tekken 7, Lei got a revamped look, right? We all got that revamped look. Well, now they're going forward with some of it, but Lei was like pretty cool because now his hair is different. His whole like look was different. He was definitely more swole in this one now in 7. So like that was a good tester because they changed them. The reception was really well received. I think that this character was different, and I think that's what they're doing now with some of these characters, except Law's face. I have to agree with Rip. That shit is fucked up.
Well, wait till
you're only gonna see Lei's later.
Yeah, and you're only gonna see Lei's face and Lucky Chloe's ending. That's it. You're never gonna see
Lei's face in the Suikens.
Damn. On a plaque of wood on the side of a wall. Goodbye,
what do you guys think about that the special system too? The fact that it can be used.
I think that's good.
Anytime.
Yeah.
I mean, did you watch Kiki Palmer? She was playing on ranked.
Yeah, I mean that was pretty much the perfect example. Yeah. I mean, it
was a perfect example.
She was using it for the system?
Tekken 7 one. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the simplified inputs for that, right? And it was funny. Like she could do like mini combos. Everyone's like, damn, she's pretty good. And then you see like on screen it's off up the whole time. She's just like holding L1 and mashing square or whatever, right?
Yeah.
But it looks pretty good. And so now imagine like if she's using this system. This is like a deeper system. There's more options available. She'll look even better with the system.
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah, I mean,
I do like it. Yeah.
I mean, we talked about like bringing in newcomers and like if that's all there for them right there, you know, and if they want to get deeper into the game, you know, they definitely can, and it's just like all kind of built into it. I don't think it's that difficult. Like all the new stuff.
It's also not going to take you to the highest level of the game, right? We all know that too.
Sure.
So it's
floor raiser, not a ceiling getter.
Exactly.
I think this could be mad funny too, though, like because Paul's the L1 into 2222222, it starts with a hop kick, and I'm like, if you could just have this normally with your normal arcade stick layout, because you have to press L1 to bring up the little menu, right? So it's just like, I'm about to get the kill, I'm gonna low crush you with the auto combo hop kick, and then just mash 22222 to beat your opponent with that. Like, there's funny ways to like, I think you could be toxic with it, but overall,
I would. Okay, interesting.
No, I would get a class 1 launcher and then do the auto combo so it does the hop kick in the middle of the combo, anyways, just so it drops the combo.
Oh my god!
I liked what Harada said about it though, like where, you know, if you're a knowledgeable player, like any of us are, and you're playing like say a random battle with someone, and you don't know what like the combo is, you can just use the simple inputs to kind of fill in the combo for you, and that's kind of interesting. Like you're just playing with your friends, and you're just having a good time. You know what I mean? Like, all right, let's go, bro. You know, Heihachi versus Eddie, whatever. You know, and like watch this combo. You know, boom, boom, boom.
We should be using the auto combos when we play random. Fuck,
dude, look at that. The auto combo do it all that way. You have rage too. It's just
yeah. The fact that it changes based on what state you're in. California.
What do y'all think about
Illinois.
this Paul outlook, man? We haven't talked about this because we haven't had a BOOMcast since, right?
Oh,
the Paul look?
Yeah, we haven't talked about all the Tekken 8 stuff.
What about this Paul look,
dude? Do you guys have that? Do you guys believe that every character is gonna have a weapon? Because like, what is it? Like 4 out of the 6 so far they have.
Paul
weapons?
doesn't, right?
Dude, Jack had one in the second trailer. Remember, he had the rail gun.
The rail
gun. Yeah, he had a crazy big one, right? The only thing he has is like a whip around his shoulder, which is not good.
Perfect screen. Oh yeah.
No, but Paul doesn't have a weapon, right?
No, his fists are his weapon.
His fist, I agree. Yeah.
The other thing too is that I saw that some of his moves still do. Like he has a 4-4-2-1, the just frame that does block damage even if he's not in the heat.
Yeah, and then they were talking about how even like heavy attacks basically will do chip damage. So if you do like down 1 charge 2 with Paul,
down
1 if you block will do chip damage.
Do you consider that the heavy move though? 4-4-2-1, the just frame?
No. But like it is because it's got a just frame extension, right? So it's gonna do chip, and you can duck it and kill him for it. So it's kind of worth the trade off there. Like
kind of justifiable, even down 1-2. You know, second hit, it's the charge one. You can interrupt it.
You can move out of the way.
Yeah.
So I'm okay with that. Like, you know, it's an interesting that. Like I said, you got to play it, and I think that whenever this comes out, we're gonna play. We're like, yo, some of the stuff is BS, and then they'll have to tweak it.
That
you know,
sounds like it helps beginner players. It's like it forces you to like, oh, you're not ducking that string. You know, it's like get chip damage. You know, you're not doing.
You just reminded me. They also have guard break.
Yeah.
Oh.
Now that I didn't like at all. Like
that one.
Guard
break
seems
tied
so...
to Paul's. It was
Paul.
Yeah, it was tied to character specific section, character specific effects, and that was Paul's down 1-2.
But what was it there? Down 1-2 fully charged or
fully charged?
Yeah, it was the fully charged one.
And you have to have heat already activated. That's like a lot of things, you know.
Yeah,
I kind of don't think that it's going to be exclusive to Paul either. I think it's going to be like power characters more characters will have it, but I think that it's also not going to be every character though. I think there'll be select few.
I saw it in chat like everyone is Fakamram, you know, but like it's not everyone. It'll be, but there will be more Fakamrams basically. So I think some people are saying like everyone's Akuma now because they saw the FADC sort of thing, you know, with the heat dash. So now everyone's Akuma, and some of them are also Fakamram. You know, like.
Yeah,
that's
but
the way I look at it so far.
I mean, it's hard to feel like that though because you only get it once per round, you know, and
you get it every round.
Yeah, but it's only once
every
per
round. You can be a Kuma or Fakamram.
Yeah, but you have to. But what do you? But it also once you use it, it's gone, right?
Yeah,
you don't have access more, and sometimes you might not even use it for good for anything. You might just get like two.
I agree.
Imagine this bullshit, right? You do something at the heat dash, you do a jab, and then you get hop kicked because you tried to go for a low or something, and then there goes your timer. You know, like that's the whole idea of it.
Lil
I think,
Majin
like,
was tweeting about that today, where he was saying like, if you're King, King's never had a really strong low and mid game. So if I do a heat engage, like, what am I gonna do with King afterwards? And in my head, I'm thinking like, you throw, like
Yeah.
you throw your hop kick,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
That's still
So
there.
like, that's fine. But then I'm thinking about like loss per second. I'm like, what does Law do? Like back 4 and down back 3? You know, like there's not really a strong, scary thing out of a heat engage. So he's got to rely on
1-1-1-1-1-2-2-2-2 chipper, dude. Like,
chipper. Yeah, he's got to go for the chip, which is, you know, all highs
Yeah.
and shit, or he's got to do the nunchuck thing. I think that's the real thing. If he's in heat, he's got to set up the nunchuck attack to launch, right? So that's the whole mix, I think. So I think that they're thinking it through and they're making things available, but like I don't know what it's going to be for King yet, but I think the throw thing is actually okay for King there. So heat
It's funny
engage.
too.
Yeah.
I was just thinking because I kind of compared this to how the new tactic works in Tekken 7 with the wall
Yep.
or with the wall block, you know,
That's
and how
exactly
like
what I'm
you have to
thinking.
deal with the mix afterwards, and how you were just thinking about it, and I was like,
Yeah.
man, King players should just, oh yeah, nice
Oh,
wall,
yeah.
nice new
Oh yeah,
tactic.
he's on the
jerk.
floor.
Yeah,
No,
just like Ganryu, but it's like damn, yeah, even if they could stand up, what is the mix? Don't even
Yeah.
know.
Yeah,
And that's that balance. Sorry, Mike, but that balancing style of Tekken 7, where you know they seem to take these mechanics and make different mechanics stronger for different characters, you know, in different ways. Like for example, like Law had the shittiest rage drive forever, right? And they were like, in my head, I always saw it as like, well, he's got a really good neutral, easy 14 frame range with Punisher. So let's make sure he has
I
a
love
shitty
that.
rage drive and a shitty wall bounce or something, you know. And I feel like that's gonna happen here again, where you know,
of
like
course.
this character's got really good, you know, with Punisher, 14 frame launcher. So let's make sure he's got really shitty stuff in heat, you know, like stuff like that. And I don't know how I would feel about that,
But
if that's how they go about doing it. So we'll see. That's like really far in the future.
But this one's interesting because I kind of look at all of those things as rage drives. Like you have your Heat
Mhm.
Smash, which is like Paul's EX Demo Man, and then you have
Right.
his Deathfish Dash Cancel, right? I
Mhm.
kind of look at that as another rage drive too. I'm like, dude, he has a EX Demo Man and a EX Deathfish in this game,
Mhm.
and like all this other stuff. So I don't know. I maybe, yeah, I think there's definitely going to be things that's, you know, differentiate the characters, what their specialties are, and I think that the character specific unique ones are pretty interesting too. Like I want to see more of those, like Law with the nunchucks, like his turning into an instant screw launcher, or like King's
Right.
having the armor run. You know, I want to see more of that kind of stuff too. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on.
There's a lot to see here. Yeah,
Yeah.
there's a lot. I think that's
Yeah.
really where it's at currently. There's a lot.
I think a lot of people, I don't know, well, actually, I don't know, but I feel like a lot of people would have a lot of their questions, maybe not resolved or anything like that, but maybe eased a little bit, because if they can just play the game and see if it feels like Tekken. That's the main thing. I think everyone's kind of concerned. They just want to touch the game and see, like, can I play this like Tekken before I play it like Tekken 8?
Exactly.
Like, if I can play it like Tekken before I play it like Tekken 8, then it's a good game, I guess.
That's interesting.
But don't just if you're playing it like imagine just play it like Tekken 7. Just don't do any of the Tekken 8 mechanics. You're just trying it out and seeing how it plays. Does it play like Tekken?
Yeah, I mean, like when you spend all your heat stuff, like that's pretty much what it is. It's just like
I was just thinking. Sorry, I keep cutting you off, Mike. Go ahead.
I was done there.
Oh no, I was gonna say, like, what if you do play like Ricky said, like, play like Tekken 7, see if you like it. Yeah, I do. And then you add all heat stuff, like, I don't like it anymore. Then what do you do? You know?
Well then that's a clear case of you not liking Tekken 8, and that's fine. I think people can dislike the mechanic. That's no one has to fully enjoy a mechanic like that, you know. I think for some people though, they're just skeptical that the mechanic is so overbearing that they're not allowed to play Tekken anymore. And I feel like that's kind of, I don't know, like when people thought that there was no side steps from one trailer because they didn't show a side step.
That was dumb as hell, though. Come on, those aren't real Tekken players if they thought that.
No, those are the realest Tekken players. Those are the ones I'm most concerned
weren't.
about.
No, they
yes,
they were better.
Those are the Twitter people. Those weren't the Tekken players.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Those are the guys that can't even step laser scraper.
Those are guys that are breaking throws via pink dust.
Yep, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Oh man, another one too. I kind of forgot to bring up. It's like, what do you guys think about the command unification of the rage arts, dude?
I'm shocked that they use that command generally.
It's such a common fucking command. Like, what
for everybody? Yeah, what the hell do you do with that?
Yeah, Lei has a command for that. He has an attack for that. It's like
most characters will.
Yeah,
Dude,
well,
I have a Sonic Fang. You have your Spike that goes into stance. Like Rip has a throw.
Law's got a throw.
Ganryu has a full crouch sweep. You know the scoop. You know,
Ganryu combo.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
it's a problem.
yeah.
Paul's got a throw.
Yeah,
this is gonna be different.
It's crazy.
I don't think it's not a problem. It's just gonna be a little bit of relearning, I guess.
I mean, they
but
already
why?
put
It was also a rage art button.
They already put it on R2, and they're already making us play with R1 for rage burst and stuff.
Yeah.
So.
Like the relearning's already where the rage art button is now, because that's changed, right? So every time you hear one, like, I need a rage art, the boom, heat. Dude. What the hell? Like that's gonna happen to everybody,
and our double
right?
button inputs better not be screwed in the next game either.
Because
like this is taking up our real estate, man.
Yeah, damn.
That's why we're all gonna have to be like pad players. This game is gonna make us all
I'll
pad
never
players.
Pick a pad. You're crazy.
Pad
for a tournament player? No.
Yeah,
I can't go back.
Imagine I gotta use what L3 and L4 somehow. Like I need all these weird buttons.
L4? Where is that damn button? Where's my heat on this thing?
I need to use my triggers.
I gotta get a scuff controller so I can have paddles.
I just can't go pad because they're not durable, man. And like all the expensive ones don't feel good. You know, they all kind of feel like shit.
I'm curious though, if, like what that means for a lot of the moves, because that is kind of a killer for a lot of moves. I mean, it's not like they haven't changed commands for moves. They've done it a ton. Right. So
across the board,
across the board, I feel like they could have done. There are commands that are like generally not used. Like they could have done like up back 2+3.
2, yeah, up back 2+3. You know?
Yeah,
but ain't no one pressing 2+3.
True.
Up back 1+2 would have been pretty sick.
Yeah, I mean, like, why take
That's
away
very,
Sonic
very. It's gonna be Sonic Fang still, Mike. He's got to hit like
Sonic Fang's still gonna be in there.
But then the muscle memory is gonna be a bit, just like 15 years of muscle memory. Just gone.
I agree.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's happened. Like, you know, Law's banana peel changed.
No, you know what? No. Sonic Fang's gonna be a just frame.
Stop.
What?
You have to just frame the second hit of. So instead of 1+2, you got to go 1, 2.
Oh no!
Oh, it's gonna be like a Lost Poison Arrow, a slidey input. Down 4, 2, 1.
But just frame though. I want Kate to struggle more, just a little more.
But that means everyone's gonna have that.
Everyone's gonna have a bunch of weird shit. Yeah,
it's slidey. Like,
it's gonna happen with this.
I mean,
they've never had a change like this, right, Rick?
Yeah, they could change it to anything.
Not really.
Why this?
I can't remember.
You know what? I bet you there's gonna be an ability to just disable that and just if you revert it to a button.
But then
no way.
What move is gonna replace that when that's the rage arc?
Yeah. Oh, now that you disabled it, Sonic Fang is normal. Hell no, they're not gonna change that shit. Give me 2 notations for
you know what really this tells me though, that is they're gonna change up a lot of the characters' move lists. It's like, I wouldn't say that they're gonna like change it drastically, but it's like I think they're gonna do a little bit more reshuffling, right? Because in Tekken 7, a lot of the moves that they tried to buff in the later seasons were just generally underused moves. Yeah. So just trim the fat, get rid of them, or whatever in Tekken 8, or make them better somehow.
Simplify them, basically.
Yeah. But then you can, so many characters have so many moves, and a lot of people complain about it. Why not trim a little bit of the fat?
Mm-hmm. I think that would be a good thing, honestly. At this point, like I think if you had asked me that like 6-8 months ago, I'd be like, hell no, keep it the same. But now at this point, with everything we've seen so far, I'm like, all right, fine, trim it down. It's like trim it down. I mean, honestly, the biggest thing I didn't like about the end of Tekken 7 was that strings just started having more and more random hits counter hit in them. I'm like, in terms of launchers, I'm like, dude, what the hell? I don't know the string, the random thread. I didn't know it. Now I'm launched. Like, I feel like that was so backwards for new players. Like, that was like the thing that was getting them killed, strings. And now they're gonna be launchers. I'm like, this is so backwards. So I hope they don't do that anymore, because that was frustrating.
I have hope because I saw this clip.
You're gonna show Paul, aren't you?
I saw this clip and I was like, they're heading in the right direction. Magic 4, nerf, fuck all that bullshit. I am so happy.
Maybe that's only Paul. Maybe that's just a character specific thing. Enhancing character specific traits. Paul's not supposed to have a Magic 4 combo.
Wow.
Yeah, we don't know. We don't know. We don't know if it's Paul specific or Heat specific in that regard. But we do know
Heat Magic 4s.
But we do know
that do? Like
normal Magic 4 in Heat. Yeah.
That's not so bad.
All that
just
shows
like
me.
it's only when you're after activating, so it's like not so bad, I think.
That sounds sick, actually. I like that idea. That's a good idea.
All I like was that when people saw that one clip, all the Lee players all complained at the same exact time. Every single Lee player on Earth was just like, "Uh-oh."
No, they were like, "Come on, come on."
Wow, Steve back one only going to counter it in heat. That would be sick.
Dude, imagine if Steve's back one did that same knockdown, the little
Steve
spin.
did the same thing in normal. He has to be in heat for it to counter.
No,
that's gonna be great. I can't wait for Steve not to be in the game.
Yeah. Wait, whoa! You took it way too far. What the hell?
I haven't seen him yet, bro. I seen no Steve out
today,
here,
dude. This man cut his hair and he's a different person,
bro. They just announced the alpha test. Oh yeah, by the way, they announced the closed alpha test, first one at Evil Japan, and I feel like every event they're gonna be announcing characters, and I'm pretty sure Steve's gonna be in there in like the next spot.
Well, they introduced her mother already, so
yeah, that's too many. That's too many of the family.
Too many foxes.
Yeah, too many.
There's only one Mishima left. There's only gonna be one.
Bro, can we talk about that?
Blonde.
Are we guessing there's no more Devil Jin with all this like trailers and stuff? Devil Jin, like Jin just harnesses that shit whenever he needs to and taps into it.
Devil Jin would be like the end boss or something.
I don't think it's coming. Unless he's like Super Devil Jin or some shit, you know?
Yeah. Like Shin Mecha Devil Jin.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I can see some shit like that.
Non-playable.
Okay.
Non-playable.
Oh, like what's her name? Kunimitsu, right? When she's in flames and stuff, like kind of like that, huh?
Kazumi, but yeah. I want to see Kunimitsu in flames like that. That sounds tight.
Dude, I don't ever want to see Kunimitsu again.
I'm with you, Mike.
Yeah, after this weekend, I'm like, oh, only 2 people ever stepped to sweep, and like 90% of them hit when they were feeling it. I'm like, yeah, fuck that character.
Did you cut your hair, Mike?
No, I just have it to the side.
Okay.
You cut your hair though without telling anybody, and you going to Amsterdam. Like, what the hell, man? You just betrayed
everyone felt so disappointed in you.
Dude,
not me.
I felt great. Let me tell you.
See, I knew that's
life
exactly
has only gotten better since I cut my hair.
What was that? Yeah.
I'm telling you, every time people have long hair, it's always like, man, everyone tells you not to cut it because they know once you cut it, your life is going to get so much better. They want you to be miserable for so long. Damn, Mike, never cut your hair again.
Oh, man.
You might cut it, Mike? Is that what you said?
Now that Rick cut it, I want to cut it.
Shit. I saw Drin Rama, right? And he's like, hey, man, you cut your hair. He's like, good. And I was like, thanks. And he's like, yeah, you look. And I was like, don't say 40. He's like James Bond. I was like, thank you very much, dude.
Wow. Don't say now, 40.
Like, dude, with your haircut now, anytime you wear a hat now, I'm not gonna call you a director.
How it goes, man.
Director Rip.
Yeah.
That was like in the mid-length, you know.
Yeah. But I mean, whenever he put it in a ponytail too, it was all like action.
Action.
But yeah,
say it like that. Just action.
Action. Here we go. Car LUIG boom. But yeah, I mean, there was a lot of stuff in that showcase.
Nina.
What I mean, before we go to Nina, what do you guys think about like where Tekken 8 is going? I guess before we jump to Nina. Like Rip, you don't like it. Everybody else.
I'm definitely. You guys all are more positive than I am about it, right? I like the heat system for the combo and player expression, right? I think that's a cool part of the heat. I like the unique stuff per character with heat. But my concern about it is just that it's going to be overwhelming in terms of the number of mechanics for new players picking up the game. I think Tekken's already a difficult game for new players to pick up, and I think that having these mechanics on it with sort of the meter management on top of that is just like another layer that just makes it harder. I could be wrong. Like obviously, like, you know, you might come out and make this mechanic actually makes it easier to play the game for new players, right? So if that's the case, then cool. You know, I have much less concerns about it.
That's very concerning of you for you to, you know, for the new players and stuff. That's really cool.
I mean, like at the higher level of the game, like I talked about earlier, right? Like everything being aggressive, I want to hear about the defensive side about it, you know? Like, because obviously I know you can still size up and duck things, right? Like if Paul's is going to be a low, you're going to want to duck, but you already know what Paul has mids, you know, like that's not going away. So I want to know what the options are to counter these mechanics. Because in most games, I feel like if there's a mechanic that's like overbearing, there's some kind of defensive mechanic behind it, right? Like in Street Fighter, you have V reversal, and to counter like a V trigger essentially. Like there's nothing here other than what we traditionally have, except they put more offensive stuff on top of it. So that's what I'm waiting to see. Like, is there actually answers, or are they relying really on Power Crush to cover all these bases?
So what you're saying is we should go to Japan.
For Evo Japan, so we can get our hands on at the closed alpha test. That could be cool. That could be very cool.
Nice.
That would be really cool.
Yeah. IRL stream.
Yeah. IRL streams. Damn.
Yeah.
We're gonna need some funding.
Combos. Yeah.
Wall combos.
Wall combos. Get out of here, Mike.
I don't like the way you're nodding through all that.
Rick Rip action.
But yeah.
God.
Yeah, but overall, like I like it so far, so good. I want to get my hands on it. Just like everyone else, we want to see more. 35 minutes, was a good amount of information. But you know what? I wouldn't have mind if I got to see more action with that game. So I mean, now that they explained it, but I mean, shoot, I'm excited. I'm excited to see the roster. I think we're all excited to see who's gonna make the cut, right? I think that's a big important thing. Everyone's all talking about it. You know what? I personally like if Lei isn't in it, it's fine because I've learned to adapt to learn a new character. I've done it before. I'll do it again. And there's a good chance that if Lei's not in it, Eliza won't be in it too. So I mean,
you put both of them
how
together.
How the hell did that happen?
Huh? Yeah. I don't think Eliza's gonna be in this one.
I don't think so either, but I think she has a better chance than Lei.
Yeah, I do too.
I think Ricky's right.
I think Lei.
Yeah, if they make Eliza more Tekken, I don't know. Yeah, if they make it like without the meter and stuff, I would play her. I really would like that. I mean,
that's interesting. How she would only have EX moves during her
heat.
Her heat.
Yeah, so.
They could make that work somehow. It'd be weird, but
is a slide or the Moonglide 2 type of thing. Whatever. Anyways, Lei's gonna be in it. Fuck you guys.
Lei will get season 4 treatment.
Dude, I mean, I could
see him in 2028.
Like, the Tone Fuzz. Remember his like the night tick. Yeah. Because like he had item moves for it. Yeah, that'd be really cool. So I could see Lei making it in there, and he's already been revamped in terms of looks. So I think that's an easy move. I just hope they change his moveset, you know what I mean? And I think that would make that character a little bit more exciting, from me.
What do you want from him? Like, what do you want changed? Like, what kind of thing?
I mean, what can he change from this point? I mean, if they're gonna limit his moves, then he's gonna just keep his stances. But making like certain stances that were never used really, like crane stance, no one uses that move, right? Like overall, like I would, I want to basically.
You want to cut it out?
I would say cut out a third of his stances, or
at
least like half of his stances. Simple.
Yeah, I'm totally opposite. Like I feel like the stances are what make Tekken cool though.
Nah, he's kicking out all the animals. Panther off the boat.
No, I'm not.
Snake, kick the snakes.
Snake ended up being the strongest out of all the animal stances in Tekken 7. Okay, because it had a lot of attack, but like it was just poking attacks, right? That's what made Lei really strong. But I want to keep Drunken, I want to keep Panther, and I want to keep Tiger. Those 4 are
all
really
the
good.
Strong mix-up ones and like the funsy drunken one. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, what do you expect?
What were the 3? Drunken, Panther, and Tiger?
Yep. The one with the mixes, the 50-50s, the low mid directly. Yeah. Like he doesn't already have race spin from standing, but all right.
Yeah, that's not happening.
Race spin has been it forever. Like
it's good. It's been good forever. Yeah.
It's been in there forever.
Oh yeah,
I think it's okay.
Another thing I was about to bring up. Yeah. Oh, go ahead, Ricky.
Let me just say this before we go on, just because I wanted to say that Tekken 8, I think it's fine that everyone's being critical of it just because of what they've seen, but it's like one of those things where I've always been pretty just like, well, I want to see it, when it's done, almost like that. So, but as a Tekken player, obviously, I can have a little bit more insight to it. So I think the way it's going though, it's good just because of I like the aggressiveness compared to watching knee sidestep 1-2 all day. So give me more aggressive. I'll take it just because at least for a little bit, everyone will feel like Akuma and know how it is to be cheap. Just for a little bit, you know?
Yeah, it'll be fun.
People don't know what they're missing out on, man.
Yeah.
Just pick Akuma. You could be #1 in the world. It's so easy, apparently.
It's so easy.
I swear, everyone's just fucking asking me. He's like, hey, are you gonna go back to Akuma now that Butt won? I'm like, what?
Wow.
It makes me want to play the character less.
But that's your style of Akuma. The one that drops all the combos.
Wow.
No.
Well, I knew exactly where that was going.
I mean, no, I understand that part, but he gets the beginning of his combos way more often than I do. I don't get the opportunity to drop as many combos. He has a lot of combo opportunities. I don't even get those opportunities. Mine are rare.
Yeah. I mean, one little point I wanted to bring up too is like offense, aggressive, right, in Tekken 8. But like even things like Demo Man and stuff leave you with recoverable health because like the first hit trips, you're already airborne. Second and third hit leave you recoverable health. So it's just like, yeah, a lot of stuff sounds crazy, but also at the same time, like I think it's kind of like what you guys were saying too. I think we just need to see how all the system mechanics play together in an actual match. Like I think that's what Evo Japan's not even that far away, like a month away. We get to actually maybe see some actual match footage and see how actual matches go. And what better place to do it than Evo freaking Japan, where you have a bunch of top players out there, Korea, Japan that could just fly out, right?
It's gonna be sick. It's going to be super sick. I think that's really where we're going to get a lot of answers about how the game is playing and what our real thoughts are about what it's looking like, right? And obviously, that's still going to be like day one with everyone not knowing what they're doing and optimizing things correctly. So,
I mean, you remember what Tekken 7 and Tekken 7 FR looked like when he had location tests? Like, it's still very early, so the game will definitely change. That's going to be the best part, though. This is going to be the hardest part for a lot of people, but because I always tend to like kind of take it for granted, but now that we're going to go into a new game, try to remember what's happening when you play the beta or the alpha test.
Everything,
try to document everything, see the changes and see where how they change it. Because I promise you, everything you touch when you play the alpha, a lot's going to change when they showcase the game like officially the next time with the new build.
It's exciting, dude. Like it's like it's happening again. Like it's been a while. Like 7 lasted for a while. Like not that was a bad thing. I always wanted like a one Tekken game to have like more than like a 5-year lifespan.
Yeah, this is great.
Yeah, but it's just that it's happening again, and I'm so excited, dude. Like location tests happening. I need to go. I need to play this shit.
Yeah, it's like the perfect thing too, just because now that they're having like the final hurrah for Tekken 7, right? The final tournament, the final world tour, and the fact that they'll probably take Tekken 8 alongside with it at certain events, be like, here, you can play it here. I would assume you played it regular Evo, like that seems like kind of a foregone conclusion. If they're going to be at Evo Japan, maybe maybe they might be a combo breaker CEO. I'm just
it's got to be. I feel like I think they even said that. I think that Michael Murray at his presentation he even said that like we're going to try to bring it to more events during the tour, so you can play in the tournament and then also try out Tekken 8. So it sounds like this tour is going to be full of Tekken 8 playtests.
So I think this is going to be like the best like last hurrah for a lot of people when it comes to Tekken 7, as well as getting a sneak peek at Tekken 8. So
yep.
I think this might be as a tour. This might be pretty popping, honestly. I don't know. It's like, especially considering that this last one kind of didn't feel complete, even though it was pretty. We had a big turnout at the end of it all, but it still left a weird taste at the end of the day. I think
it's kind of a weird 3/4 tour.
Of the pandemic, and it's like there was a lot of gap in between. Now it's just like we got the momentum rolling again. Just can't wait. One last hurrah, but
you guys have all been saying one last hurrah, and I'm thinking like, wait, is this actually the last time Tekken 7? Because and then like let's assume that's true. Let's assume
it's taking
the last
2 years.
No, what I'm saying, we don't know the release date of it, right?
Yeah.
So I'm saying like if the release date of Tekken 8 is June next year, then that's pretty late. We'd miss Combo Breaker and stuff for the game to come out, right? For the tour. So the tour for Tekken 8 wouldn't start until like Evo or something, or maybe, Evo basically, maybe CEO. So then I was thinking like, all right, doesn't that mean that it should come out in like February then? Because that's like a popular time when games release. So if it comes out in February, which is like when this tour ended now, then we'd also have time for the next tour to start in time.
Yeah.
That seems pretty early though.
Make it
February
by
seems
the
pretty
end
soon.
of the year, by Christmas, even. You know?
Yeah, that
I
sounds
doubt
crazy.
that. I kind of doubt the fact that since they haven't even announced a
Yeah,
year,
no date yet. Yeah, no
level
year
year.
date even. Yeah,
I think we should, remember early 2017.
2026. It's coming.
True. I'd rather them take a little longer to, get everything.
2 more years of Tekken 7.
I didn't say that long, man. Like, bro,
hey, look, man.
Come on, man.
You guys are on the positive side. I'm on the fence side. All right. 2 years of
You're
Tekken
not
7.
on the fence, bro.
3 more years of
You are
Tekken 7.
definitely not on the fence. Oh, jeez.
Yeah. Pretty exciting stuff. New Tekken, and final thing that they went over. Nina Williams. We got it. Dude. Nina Williams.
The best part about that trailer was the crazy pride lady. I hope she's in every character trailer.
Nina
Williams.
She's awesome.
Yeah.
You guys don't hear it. I gotta turn.
That's cool. Yeah, but it's still the trailer was interesting. It looked very much like Nina to me, like the moveset wise. Obviously, the guns were like the big differentiator to me.
That's cool.
I mean, it's cool. It's I don't know how I feel about it really. Like, I think the thing I like about it is that it seems like it's only in heat. Like, and so it looks like it might be like only in her combos or something. Actually, that one didn't look like it was in heat at all.
No, that's not true.
That just looked like a string.
Yeah, it's just a string. Yeah. And it also does chip. You'll see it right now. He does it against she does it against Lars at the wall.
Man,
and
this new outfit.
Yeah.
This new design for her. It's putting all these guys in heat right now.
Apparently.
Yeah, right it's
here.
50-50.
Oh wait, well she is in heat there. Yeah.
It's a 50-50 when it comes to her looks. No. I feel like some people love it, and some people are calling her Karen Williams, and it's like you got a lot of different.
Mama Williams is now her name.
She definitely looks a little weird to me. I don't like the jacket. I think the jacket is what bothers me about the look.
Really?
The dress is fine. It looks like it does look like a rip-off Zafina look, right?
Which more people are speculating too.
Go back a little bit on that intro because her garter belt string is attached to her skin. Like the design doesn't look complete.
I don't know how far.
I mean, it's probably not anyway.
Yeah.
Anyways,
I mean, yeah. But anyways,
it's to me it doesn't feel like Nina. Like obviously the wedding dress was even weirder.
Yeah.
But at least this is like the colors. It's like purple and black. Like that. Those are Nina colors to me. But that's about it. Short hair is kind of funky too. It's cool.
She's an assassin.
I like short hair now.
I think this was based off of Atomic Blonde or something.
Oh really?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
This look. Let me see.
It's cool. I like it. I mean, I definitely like this more. I like this look over Paul's look for sure.
Yeah, hell yeah, dude. Paul is God, what the hell did they do to Paul, man?
Yeah.
Like Law's face is all Botoxed up, but what the hell happened to Paul, man?
Yeah.
Jeez, King looks great. No one's complaining at all about King. He's fantastic, right? He's roided out. But Law was way too buff. His face has muscles and his lips and shit now, apparently. It's all crazy. Oh, it does look like Atomic Blonde, yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, except at least in Atomic Blonde, it was more of like a trench coat look. This is just more of a jacket, you know?
I mean, her 2P outfit might have it. Yeah, it does look like her.
Definitely seems
the hair and glasses. Yeah, definitely.
I mean, Tekken has been known to do that, right? They even had
That's cool. Yeah.
Yeah, the antagonist from Blade Runner, and then he's what's inspired Brian Fury and stuff. So it's just Tekken has definitely took inspirations from movies and stuff like that before. But Nina looks cool. I mean, she has guns now.
She looks like at least her fighting style. She looks like Nina. Her moves all look safe. And the way they moved around with her too, they were showing oh, you want to see Nina? Here's how she's moving too. She moves like Nina.
Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah, I mean, another character in Tekken 8 with weapons for sure, guns this time, and they do chip damage.
You said another one, so you're talking about Law and Nina?
Law, Nina, Jack in a weird way. Jack has a weapon.
Yep.
Everyone. What other character? I guess
if Leroy comes back, which he's hinted all over stages, the stage that Ricky's actually in right now.
Yeah.
Dude, your stage looks so much more next gen than our stages.
Well, I think I'm pretty sure Kazuya's right here, and then Lars is over here or something.
Okay,
so,
cool.
I did. I looked at it. I was looking at it earlier because I actually just got this because I wanted to see where the Leroy signs were. I don't think it's on here.
Not in this one, no. That's funny. Damn.
But yeah, excited. And I think people are pretty happy about Nina reveal. I can't wait for more reveals in the future. Evil Japan, Steve Fox, please. I need that shit.
We should make a bet. We should make a bet on who's gonna be the next character.
Ooh.
Because I guessed Nina right before they showed her, and I was like, but I was hoping that it wasn't. I was like, it's gonna be Nina, but it's not.
With the blue light, because I was like, what the hell is that blue light supposed to mean? And I was like, I didn't put it together until like, a couple days after. I was like, was that for Nina?
I didn't even see it. There was a blue light?
They turned off all the lights in the crowd.
Oh,
and then they left like a blue spotlight at the beginning of the stage. Yeah.
That was definitely an accident.
Yeah.
Definitely was not on purpose, bro.
It would be purple.
So. Is it purple? Is her dress purple?
Hey, it's hella purple, Mike.
It's purple, bro. You're blind, remember?
Yeah, it's white and gold, dude. What are you talking about?
Come on,
I was like, it's purple, bro. We're not messing.
It's purple.
No,
it's purple.
I believe.
That's why I said it's like Nina's classic colors.
I thought
the chat's saying Yoshimitsu.
Purple, right?
Yoshi would be sick. Yoshi would be super sick. I think it might be a new character.
Ever see him again?
I think it's time to show us a new character.
Yoshi might be like he might need a 35-minute video considering how complicated he's always is every Tekken. Yeah, new character would be sick too, but I feel like a new character's
too early.
No.
I think it's a little too early.
I will say, like,
I don't
my
mean, like,
guess is Brian Fury, next character release.
Brian would be neat.
Yeah.
I don't think it will be Steve.
Bro, what if it's Bruce?
I would lose my shit.
Bruce would be sick.
Character legacy.
Yeah, that we didn't get in 7.
Yeah.
Beck. Oh shit, Beck or Bruce, bro? That would be tight.
As long as you kill Brian and Horong, I'm with it.
Yeah, I'm down too.
All right.
I feel like those kind of characters they would show them like when Tekken 7 released, didn't they just show us the roster like one go? Like it's never been trickled out like this, right? Like I feel like they always have like a base roster. It's like here it is.
There was a base roster, but it was so small in 7.
It was very small.
And then they started like they did the Bob at Evo, then they did the Nina,
think it was like 8?
the Lee, Eddie, and like
How many characters so far? Is there 5, 6 with Lars? Oh, it's Lars, Jin,
there's
Kazuya,
more than 6.
King, Paul, Law, Nina. That's 7.
Jack.
So that's 8.
June.
Oh yeah, June. We know she's gonna be in the 2. Is that 9?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we haven't seen any gameplay footage of her.
No, we haven't.
That's the odd
so
part.
The one that we've seen gameplay though is 8, right? That sounds like a pretty solid number to show at Evo Japan and let people play with.
We saw her rage art. She's maybe more done than we
Yeah.
We've seen her stage in the pictures, but we never seen it in actual. Like,
that's technically the new character in a sense, right?
Yeah, it is. But it's kind of an old character. I was thinking like when I said new character, I thought like maybe like a Miguel or like like that kind of new. Like a Shaheen or a Miguel, somebody who's gonna be whack and not that interesting.
It'll be Claudio.
Claudio is way cooler.
Yeah.
Well, Claudio's like the one guy that I'm pretty sure will be in Tekken 8 because he was in the story in Tekken 7.
Yeah, I think he's in.
For whatever reason, I don't know why. Yeah. The whole story with Claudio in Tekken 7 was like, "Hey, Jin, wake up."
I'm a suck.
The end. that was the story. Claudio walked over. Hey, Jin, wake up. Tekken 8. And then they left. I was like, what the hell? What was the point of showing me that?
Damn.
Wake up, samurai. Yeah, true. That's pretty much exactly what happened. Yeah, I don't know.
Well, I'm actually, now that I said that, I'm going to predict Claudio. I think Claudio's the next one.
That's a good one.
Okay,
Claudio and Brian are good guesses.
Yeah. What do you guys got?
I don't really have one. I think I like those two. I would like something like Bruce. I'm gonna stick with Bruce.
Okay. Mike?
They definitely listened last time. They were like, where's all the female characters? So I don't think it'll be another female character for the next one because they brought in Nina for the latest one. I don't think it'll be Steve because like related to Nina and she just got revealed, too soon type of deal.
Chloe.
I'm pulling my answer back. I know what it is. It's Leroy.
It's gonna be like
you think so?
Oh,
I don't think Leroy.
I think it could be Leroy because he's like already hinted all over the stages and stuff.
Yeah, and he's like a new-ish character, right? Like kind of like what you wanted.
That's a good one. Yeah, that's. I think that's the perfect character to bring at Evo Japan.
No, that's the worst. Okay,
Yeah.
that's the dumbest character to bring out Evo Japan.
I mean, dude,
You know, I said that though.
That shit, right?
Place, dude.
I said that, but
itself,
It's
bro.
the perfect.
Do you guys
Just
remember?
show the trailer 7 times.
Do you guys remember Tekken 7? Where did they reveal Bob?
Exactly.
Evo.
It was at
Yeah,
Evo.
I
That's how
know.
they
It
do
was
things,
at
man.
Evo.
They don't,
After
they don't
Tekken
care about
6,
history.
boom, down one festival, Bob.
What character got Tekken bored and like kicked out of Evo? Oh, Bob. Let's reveal that shit at Evo. People will love that shit.
They need to make this happen now. You know this. It's gonna happen. I think I'll go with Ricky's bet there too. Like
It's gonna be Leroy.
I'm
It's
doubling
got to be
down.
Leroy.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
Evo
like
Japan,
Evo
Leroy
more
history
now.
with the character 7 at Evo Japan. You know,
I like it way more now.
I'm down. Sign me up.
I can't wait for the new Leroy reveal. Can't wait to see what update
A month
designs.
away,
Yeah.
boys. A month away.
If he's not at Evo Japan revealed, then I don't want to see Leroy in this game. Like, screw it. He's got to be
They
revealed in
fucked up.
Evo Japan.
They
That's
fucked
it.
We'll
up.
reveal
Okay,
him next year.
Yeah.
It'll be
Yeah.
next year then.
Damn.
Next Evo Japan.
Yeah, true. Well, I think that pretty much does it for today, man. A lot of
There's one more.
There's one more.
Arika.
Oh
Arika.
yeah,
Yeah.
you're right. Good point. Thanks for reminding me.
Yeah.
Big news.
Do
on
we?
that.
So, all we know
involvement
is
with Namco.
yeah. All we know is that they're involved in the development of the game, but have they?
Didn't they say
like-
Tekken 7 though?
They did 7.
They did say
Yeah.
part of Tekken 7, and then also they're also developing part of Tekken 8 as well, right? So I think
Yeah.
they're working on Tekken 7 probably for the new seasons or maybe newer updates. I would
Right.
assume.
Yeah, they
And
didn't
then-
say they were done with 7 either at the finals. They were like, yeah, we're still doing Tekken 7 updates.
What do you guys think that there needs to be a balance update
For
to
7?
Tekken 7 for the new season?
I think we could
Yeah,
take
sure.
some-
Tour?
Yeah, switch it up
I don't
again.
think I wouldn't say it needs it, but I think that if you want the game to be fresh,
Yeah, I mean, it's
it would be
been
welcome.
kind of dry with the Fangs of Fina Marduk show.
Fangs
you
of Fina
know.
Marduk, yeah.
It's
I
pretty fucking dry.
We need
actually.
Lei to rise up now.
I don't
Cooney
feel like
too, kinda
Cooney, yeah.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
feel like we don't need like a major like season kind of update where every character gets touched sort of deal, but I do feel like there needs to be like a little touch. You know, like
For sure.
the Fang touch, Cooney touch, you know, a little bit here and there, and be, all right, cool. Like, because we obviously know they're working on Tekken 8. That's what all the focus is on, right?
Mhm.
But I do feel like for the new Tekken tour, they just need to at least touch Cooney Fang, at least just a touch, not like a
Marduk,
revamp.
let's not forget.
Marduk, because not just minus 10 on the rage drive, just touch a little, you know.
Just a little touch.
Marduk a lot.
Touch,
touch.
touch
all the
all
way
those
off the
characters. Touch those characters like how you touched Lydia and Fakumran. You know.
That's not a touch, bro. That's
Dude,
massive.
That was a slap.
Yeah.
Dude, I really like
Wow.
Lydia. Dude, I really like Lydia, man. That was kind of messed up.
The
But,
side
I
step
mean,
4, not even on counter hit. Like, why does she even have that move? Like, what the fuck?
So when you want to get standing 4 after a sidestep, you have something to have a misinput to.
Right.
It's like that's it. That's exactly it.
Right.
Yeah, so the Arika thing though, I guess like it's potentially for like the netcode, right? Because I
That's
think
what it
they
sounds
were
like. Mhm.
the last update that they worked on, they've already been part of Tekken 7 development, right? When they added the ping meter and stuff at the bottom right.
Oh,
and
that was
PC.
them, really?
I'm pretty sure that was them. Yeah. So I'm pretty sure that's like their continued part here, essentially. You know,
Yeah.
moving into Tekken 7 and 8.
That's sick. I mean,
Yeah, because it
that-
says we
that
will
sounds
provide
good.
advice. We will provide advice on our developed online battle algorithms and game response, as well as undertake production work to improve the user experience. So
I mean, that's always been the meme. Like, Tekken doesn't have rollback. They're finally adding it, even though we don't play the game. But yeah, now that Arika's on it, you know, it's just.
yeah.
yeah, damn, you just made me realize how that's gonna end up. Yeah,
Yeah.
cool.
I mean, that, I
Mhm.
think, yeah. Thank God they finally added rollback. Thank God for
Thank
the
God for
machine.
Arika. Yeah, Arika did it. They did it.
I knew it all this time.
Fucking did it, man.
Cool.
Pretty cool.
So yeah, that was all. That's all the updates. So that was TWT Final, Tekken 8, Heat Mechanics, Nina Williams reveal, Arika. I think that's it.
They're continuing Tekken 7, updates as well. They never officially said it's like season 5, but then like the patch note numbers have always been the same. Whenever it was season 4, it was 4.00. Now that it's version 5.00, we're like kind of calling it season 5, even though they never actually said it right. But
yeah,
they just kind of put like wall crush in there at the beginning, which I kind of think was a test for all for like heat engager, where you do the move on hit, you activate a mad plus, you're in their
Makes
face.
sense.
Make them guess, it's like, why not put in like a mini game with a wall crush in Tekken 7 so we see how players react in those situations. I think that's
Did you guys like wall crush?
I think that's just whack as fuck. But
now that's the whole goddamn mechanic, Mike.
Yeah, I know. I think it was stupid as fuck, but they needed data, I guess. That's exactly what I'm thinking.
Okay.
I want to compare the two like that.
And a way to nerf
he's talking about just the heat engager, right? Like the heat engage, I think is similar to wall crush. Like not the heat burst or the heat other stuff.
It's close, but I want to consider them to be like functionally the same, because one you can do anywhere as long as it connects, but the other one you need a wall, you need a certain move.
Yes,
you need all this other stuff.
Yeah, but then it's like one in the open and have to hit.
Like in practice, the wall bounce thing is good if your character is allowed to use it well. If you're not allowed to use it well, then you have no idea how the mechanic works all that great.
And that's what goes to like what Little Maj was saying earlier too, right? And I was talking about with Law too. Like it depends on what else the character has in heat now to make that better. So that's the part that makes it more interesting than, if it didn't have the heat mode behind it. And that part makes it a little bit more interesting than the wall crush mechanic in Tekken 7. Because in Tekken 7, when Law does, I'm like, I did legend kick, cool. Now I'm here, down by 3 or back 4. Yeah, right? And so now it'll be like, okay, now I'm in heat still. So now you got to deal with, am I going to fucking nunchuck your ass into the air, or am I going to down back 3 you? So you take these down back 3s, or you risk getting lost by these nunchucks.
Or you could chip, there's more strategies.
Yeah. I'm saying that's like the basic 50-50 with it though, right?
Yeah. True. Yeah, it's interesting. I wonder if they're going to add more wall crushes. Like, I mean, we joked about it, like new tactics, but like they kind of named it themselves. And
what happens if it's in the game in Tekken 8? Imagine heat dash into heat dash into wall bounce.
I'm hoping that wall bounce isn't even in the game. Wall crush isn't
bounce?
Take that shit out too. Wall bounce.
Wall bounce you want gone too? That's curious.
Yep.
I mean,
I'm okay with it. I'm okay with that.
The trailer we saw for Nina, they showed that rocket explosion thing.
Wall explosion, yeah.
Right, and then is that what the people are calling it? I don't know. But that part of the stage, when we first saw it at the national finals thing, it looked like it was going to open to like a balcony break almost or something, right?
That's what I was
thinking too. In the Nina trailer, when you see it all blows up, but then she just combos. Yeah, it's just there's stuff over there, but you can't get over there, at least from what they've shown us so far. Pretty weird. A wall boom.
Cool. Wall boom. I like wall boom. I like wall boom a lot.
Wall boom's pretty good. Wall boom.
That's tight. It makes sense. I mean, like essentially, the wall boom works as like how wall bounces currently do right now. It's like you get the wall splat, they bounce away from the wall, you get a combo.
Is that how, I actually didn't watch the trailer that deeply. Did she actually just do a wall carry into a boom, or is it a single hit that did the boom? She did
side step 1+2 after her gunshots in neutral, and then side step 1+2
as a wall splat.
Gets the wall splat. Then she just does like running 3-3, which is like another move they showed off, which also did like the mini wall carry after that.
I gotta watch it again.
It's like, that's kind of like wall bounce in the same idea, but then you're having the wall do it rather than your move do it. So it's just like, yeah.
Interesting.
Wall bounce gone. I'm fine with that too. Just put it on certain walls. Not like
we don't know if it's gone. Yeah, we'd hope it's gone at least.
Yeah,
I'm with it. I'm with that being.
I agree.
Being gone.
With all the other combo shit they have with the heat system,
yeah,
it could get really crazy.
Yeah.
So I mean,
putting
like
all of that together.
It feels like they're trying to condense everything into like the heat system in the sense of, if you're gonna get aggressive right here. If you're gonna throw a temper tantrum, do it right now while you're in heat.
Because essentially, when you're without heat, you're just playing straight up classic Tekken, right? So
this is the worst mechanic name ever, right?
It is. It's one of the
gotta
worst.
be.
when you're in heat is like the funniest shit.
Yeah. Can you imagine being on commentary?
Of
And
course,
then, like,
that's all I've been thinking about.
She's in heat.
He's in heat. He's in heat, everybody. He's in heat.
I'm gonna use player names only. You know, Kudon's in heat. Here he comes. You know, like
yeah.
that's how it's gonna be.
Ready to smash and dash his opponent.
And
I mean, you got
viewers
heat
too?
engaged first, Mike. If you want me to heat smash you, you got to heat engage me.
Yeah.
But you have to measure. You gotta dash then smash.
Yeah, that's how it works,
Preferably.
man.
Yeah. After an engage,
Yeah.
you know, ask me first.
And then at the end, of course, I'm gonna heat burst. You know, like
Oh
that's how it
boy.
works.
Raw.
I'm gonna heat burst
raw
every round on you, Mike. Every round.
The raw heat. The raw.
Round two?
Wow.
I didn't name this shit, all right, Ricky.
It's
Don't you
true.
close your eyes like that. Otherwise, I'm gonna heat burst all over your.
Vi named this apparently. What the fuck?
We're there.
Can you imagine how happy Vi is gonna be talking about this shit?
Of course, man. Oh man, two
He's
jackoffs.
gonna rub his shoulders. Hey, yeah.
Keep
Oh, the
bursting all
jackoffs
over
are in
each other.
heat. These
Bursting
two
all
jack
over each
players
other.
are in heat.
Oh
Jesus
yeah.
Christ.
Good times. Good times.
They're gonna rename this shit before this game officially launches.
I
Another-
can imagine
another
them renaming this. Yeah.
Yeah,
We'll see.
I mean, how can you? What can you even name it to though?
aggro.
Wow.
Wow.
Might as well just call it aggressor from like Mortal Kombat. or
Aggro
something.
dash, aggro smash. Aggro's way better than heat.
Aggro
Yeah.
burst? That sounds wrong too.
Heat's
It's
only
like-
bad for
it's
the
like
commentators.
Angry burst.
Yeah, but you're gonna hear a lot of commentary. Let me tell
Yeah.
you.
Yeah. And the joke's gonna be dead within the first week.
And you know what's even worse? You know, like Steve's always gonna be out here saying the blue stuff, right? He don't look like blue to me, man. It looks like the white stuff. It really do.
You're talking-
Come on. Here comes the white stuff. Heat burst, bro.
Oh my god.
Hmm.
You're gonna call it
I
the
didn't
white
design it.
stuff? Oh my god.
Mm-mm.
It's the same color.
It don't
as
look blue to me, bro.
Semen. It's the same color as
What?
semen. It's
Cement?
like- yeah.
Cement?
Cement.
As Tasty Steve would say.
Bro, I like
Oh.
that shirt. That color cement.
Seaman.
Like, Tekken 8 just got a whole lot more here, but I'm with it, man. I'm with it. We need to close it
Man.
out. We're almost at like
Yeah, it's a
2.5
long ass
hours.
podcast. Jesus Christ,
Bro,
we've never done one this long, bro.
Yeah, we
Welcome.
got a
A
lot,
lot of
Y'all guys
information.
hanging out.
There was a
Well,
lot
this
of
is-
information.
I mean, that Tekken World Tour Finals deserves a long ass boomcast considering how long that goddamn thing was.
Dude,
That
right?
thing was 30 hours across 2 days, all right? This is a 2.5 hour
I
boomcast.
think
There's a lot to cover.
I think I slept for a day straight after that shit. That shit, like I was at
Not
home
me.
watching
I
that.
slept
And I was
twice.
dying.
I slept normal time. I was like 4 hours. Yeah, I'll be back, guys.
Yeah.
That shit was crazy. That shit was
Yeah.
crazy. But yeah, you guys don't forget to follow everybody. If you guys want to say where they can follow you guys at and all that good stuff on social medias.
Ricky.
I'll go first then. Follow me, Twitter, Twitch at Ricksteezy, RickSteezy. If you guys want to watch these finals, I will be doing a rewatch probably tomorrow.
Let's go.
Because I haven't seen the pools for B and C. And yeah, there's that.
Yeah.
Suiken.
Well, you guys can always find me on Twitter at TK Suiken, and you guys can find me on Twitch at Suiken User, and on Instagram if you guys want to follow me there. It's Suiken User as well.
The Insta.
The
Got it.
Insta. You guys already know this channel, Level Up Your Game on Twitch and YouTube. There's also Repaul on YouTube, where I got all the non-FGC stuff going up. And then Instagram, Level Up Your Game. Boom.
Oh.
Old ass boomer on TikTok. I gotta start putting shit over there.
Yep. And
You didn't
guys
put
can-
any of your pictures of Lil Ray Black on there?
Wait, what?
Yeah.
What did you say?
You didn't put any pictures of
TWT
Lil Ray-
Finals, bro.
On my TikTok? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Mhm. Why
I
not?
mean, I haven't put
I mean-
anything on TikTok.
Oh.
to start
Ray's
now.
cool.
Mhm.
I mean, she was on my timeline because everyone took a picture with
Yeah,
her.
everybody
Dude, the
was.
VDX one had me dying. You know, never leave without a W or something.
Yeah.
And it's just- that shit had me dying. That shit was good. Oh man, the classic. But yeah, we got one last section to go. We got the bitch calling segment. We haven't done this in
Oh, God.
forever. Oh yeah, I forgot to follow me at. You guys can follow me at the name is MYK on everything. But
we forgot our introduction, so
yeah, we forgot the intro and the outro.
Fair
This guy
enough,
Mike, dude.
Fair enough. I missed my outro. You guys handled your own. We're good. But yeah, we got some bitch calling segments. Anybody like to go? I mean, I kind of have one in mind, but let anybody else take it.
Lead the charge, then, Mikey.
I guess I'll call the people that complain about stupid shit, like there's no fucking sidestep in the game, even though I never fucking sidestep a move in Tekken, and like stupid useless shit like that. Like, bro, why would they show a sidestep in a trailer? First of all, and then second of all, now look what you did. Now they're fucking telling us at the LA Regional Finals panel that, hey guys, you know, we're up here on stage wasting 5 minutes telling you that there's a fucking sidestep in the game. You fucking morons. Like, of course there's a fucking sidestep in the game.
Wow.
Jesus Christ.
Mike sounds angry. Look what you guys have done, dude. Mike is so calm usually.
He's slobbering.
That was 3 Fs, dude. That
was Tekken 5 DR MYK.
Yeah.
You're playing in the arcades.
That was a Korean Rage MYK right there.
Yeah. You guys don't know. You guys don't know how mad MYK used to get. That used to be a regular thing.
Yeah.
I'm in heat, bro.
I forgot. Oh man, I forgot about Mike sitting at the arcade camera, all pissed off, just like muttering to himself and shit.
Yeah.
That was me.
Thinking under his breath and shit. Like,
that's how the sidestep.
Of course, you fucking do that shit.
Yeah. That's how the sidestep conspiracy theorists got me, bro.
it was negative.
It brings it out of me, man.
I guess I will call the entire NBA a bitch because the trade deadline went crazy.
That was nuts, dude. That was a big patch update.
Yeah, the biggest patch update, dude. Because it's fucked up. Because now Phoenix is the best team, and everyone hates Phoenix. Only thing I like about Phoenix is Crims and Metal Cat. Everything else about Phoenix sucks. And Tan-Man when he lived there for a little bit. Oh, Kane's there too?
Is he there? He might be in one of the other ones.
Ricky's like, he's on the fence.
I was trying to figure out if I like. I'm kidding about Arizona. I'm kidding about Arizona, by the way, man. Damn. Y'all are all right, but fuck the Phoenix Suns.
I don't know.
Suiken?
I don't think I have any really like take back from it. You know, I think everyone's been chill towards me, at least. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but just the only gripe I probably have is the complainers. Yeah, you know, like, you guys got to give the game a try. It's not even out yet.
Yep.
Everyone complaining over like sidestep and not saying like just straight up garbage online, you know, and just making shit up. You know, you guys, come on now, get your head out of your ass.
The ones that are complaining about looks, I think it's fine because people judge everything with their own looks, fine, so
Law doesn't like shit. So
like Law for some reason got a big ass chest. I don't know why. When he's doing his jump attack and they get that under boob.
His rage art. You guys want to see the rage art, dude? The face he makes is kind of. Oh man, I got it perfectly.
Look at this.
Oh,
damn, that shit.
What's going on?
Look at this shit,
what did they do to your man?
He's breaking the sound barrier, bro. Look at that. He's breaking the sound barrier.
I'm telling you, he's breaking the sound barrier on the way down. His face is stretching, right?
Hey, Rip, you can use this as your bitch calling,
like,
you know?
He's coming down so fast, you know? It's like, you know, when swimmers...
Look at his lips, bro.
I know.
That look wrong?
It looks, dude. He's wearing your eyeliner from Devastation too.
Eyeliner. That's what I wanted to point out too.
Would you
bro?
Dude,
what?
Would you let this law go down on you or what?
Shut the fuck up, dude. Jesus Christ.
Call him a bitch.
What's wrong with you, man? I'm gonna heat burst on you with my white stuff, bro. This is crazy.
Oh my god. Yeah. Oh well.
Lordy, what's going on, dude? Terrible.
This one yours?
Damn, I should not have went last.
Oh yeah.
You don't have a bitch calling now.
Yeah, you probably have a lot. That's why you had a long week.
Oh man, there's so much that happened. You know,
keep it short, okay?
I mean, honestly, I already made my bitch calling on Twitter already. Right? Oh. Like after the tour was done, like, it wasn't the finals ended. Right? I was literally in the stands. I was like, oh shit, Akuma won again.
Oh.
Tweeted it.
Yeah.
I literally wrote 5 words. I think. Right? I think Akuma wins TWT - again. You know? I think that's all I wrote. TWT Finals, maybe, right? That was 5 words. And these dumbasses, you know where they're from, right? But these dumbasses all came at me like I wasn't giving Atif credit. I wasn't giving Pakistan credit. I was like, what the fuck? Like, I mentioned 2 of them. The other one's Chikrin. Like, why aren't you saying I'm not giving Chikrin credit? Why aren't you saying I'm not giving Japan credit, right? It was so obvious. And I was like, what the fuck is this? Also, earlier in the day, they had done like a little filming thing for 10-0 on the homebrew thing that they were doing for the restream. And they interviewed me about who I thought was going to win. This is after groups A and B. So C and D hadn't even completed yet. Right then, I predicted that Atif Ba was going to win the whole thing because Nia and Arthur were out. I was like, he's the guy now. You know, like Chikrin might give him some trouble, but I think Atif's the one who's going to take it. I said that right then.
That's not enough respect. That's not enough respect.
That's not enough respect. I think he's going to win the whole damn thing halfway through the groups.
You need to make this law face like right now.
Crazy. So anyways, I just couldn't believe. And then, of course, like, that's just level 1 of the stupidity of it, you know? The other stupidity is like, because
there's more.
Because I'm a brown guy, right? Yep. So they come at me like, oh, it's because he's from England. It's because he's from India. And then some guy goes like, yeah, he's from Bangladesh.
Yeah,
motherfucker, I've never been to India. I've never been to Bangladesh. Dude. You know what I mean? Like, these people are so fucking stupid. It's crazy. Like, anyways, that was my bitch calling, all right?
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up next time.
That was a good one.
I was reading the comment section on that.
They came from the heart. I like it.
It brought a lot of
so stupid.
Yeah, it brought a joy. It made me cry a little bit.
Feels good to be back. But that's gonna do it for our episode. Thank you guys all for watching.
Bangladesh.
Bangladesh, these nuts, bitch.
Idiots, dude.
Wait till
see you guys next time.
Yeah. Wait for footage of Tekken 8. GG's, everybody. Peace.